What's going on, guys? Welcome to the afternoon session here. It is Thursday here at Wells Fargo Arena. We are here for second round consolations and quarterfinals. I'm alongside Jimmy Schusler. Jimmy, what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing, man. Just excited to be here again. This is session 5 of many to come here at the 2024 State Wrestling Tournament. We got Class 3A, like you said, consolation first on all 8 mats, and then we'll go quarterfinals and consolation round here in the second half of this session.
We're going to get rolling here. We got to get alive here. Whistle's about to blow. Here we go. Up on mat 1, we got Michael Lewis out of Des Moines East, Lucas Reeder out of Pleasant Valley. Over on mat 2, we got Elijah Hyatt out of Dubuque Hempstead and Hudson Fleming out of Bettendorf. On mat 3, Kobe Pfizer out of Bondurant Farrar taking on Marion Norton of Waterloo East. On 4, we got Trace Ryle out of Fort Dodge taking on George Grant Maverick Mattis out of West Des Moines Valley. On mat 5, Mason Ostentink out of Boone taking on Kent Montgomery. AJ Dietz Marion taking on Avery Van Zelderen out of Dallas Center Grimes. On mat 7, we got Elder Mendia out of Clear Creek Amana taking on Connor Stickrod. And on mat 8, we got Sawyer Nelson from Indianola taking on Charles Barnhouse out of Iowa City.
Boom. We're underway. Here we go, Worm.
Looking right out of the gate here down on mat 2. Elijah Hyatt in on the first takedown here. Minute 10 left here in the first. Pin here already on mat 7. Looks like Connor Stickrod getting a 5-0 lead and getting the pin there right away. Down on 3. It looks like Kobe Pfizer up 5-0 right away with a minute in the first period.
Yeah, and over on mat 1, Michael Lewis, Des Moines East, and Lucas Reeder, Pleasant Valley. Those two have been rolling around the whole first period here. Just under a minute to go in the first period. Good shin whizzer by Michael Lewis out of Des Moines East.
Over on 2, Hyatt picks up another takedown, and with the escape, we score 4-2 here, 45 seconds left. Down on 4, we got Grant Maverick right now up 4-1 on Trace Ryle out of Fort Dodge. Hyatt with another takedown there.
There's Colby Pfizer, the Bondurant freshman, getting a pin over Marion Norton, Waterloo East.
Big win there for the freshman. He moves on here to later this afternoon. So how 2A was working, just so you guys fill in too. Well, real quick, Elijah Hyatt getting swipes here, getting himself a set of back points. He's up 6-2, now up 9-2. So we're going to run this round of consolation, and then we're going to flow right into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals will be taking place on mats 3, 4, 5, and 6. We will have all the matchups and rankings with those. All the while, 1, 2, 7, and 8 will be going on consolations until the quarterfinals wrap up, and then it'll be next available mat. So we're going to get this thing rolling here.
Yeah, over on mat 1, Michael Lewis, he scored a takedown late in the first period. He's leading 2-0 over Lucas Reeder from Pleasant Valley, the sophomore. They both start neutral in the second period. So it's Lewis with the 2-0 lead. They chose neutral to start the second period. A little bit of hand fighting. They're kind of ear to ear in a collar tie right now. Not a ton of action. And just as I say that, Michael Lewis with a left side ankle pick. He's going to score a second takedown of the match. He leads 4-0 now.
Over on 3, new matchup here. Ashton Grace out of Ottumwa and Jose Mendia out of Clear Creek Amana. Grace up 2-0 right now.
Down on mat 2, looks like Elijah Hyatt, the sophomore's working for a fall.
Gets the fall.
He's going to get a pin over Hudson Fleming of Bettendorf, the freshman. So that'll end the freshman's tournament, and Elijah moves on here to third round of consolations later in this session. On mat 1, Michael Lewis working that left side of Reeder from Pleasant Valley.
Now wrestling on mat number 2 at 113 pounds, Braxton Winky Ames, Taylor Kibbe, Waverly Shellrock, Kibbe, Waverly Shellrock, Winky Ames. Now wrestling on mat number 2 at 113 pounds.
Over on 3, another tight double chicken wing from Ashton Grace of Ottumwa. He's going to get the pin over Jose Mentendia, Clear Creek Amana. So Ashton Grace, the junior, 35-4. He's going to move on to the third round consolation later this session.
Popping up here on 3. Looks like another Atumwa Bull. Or nope, he's just walking off the mat. That's my bad.
He just got pinned.
Oh, he just got pinned. My bad.
Unfortunately. Over on 1, Lucas Reeder with an escape. 20 seconds left in the second period. So Reeder looking to open up a little bit, create some offense of his own. He's down 4-1. Both guys kind of shooting at the same time. No points there. Short time left in the second period.
Braxton Winky with a first period fall over Taylor Kibbe out of Waverly Shell Rock. Down on mat 2. Now it looks like coming up on mat 2, we got City Highs. So we got City High coming up, and I want to see who's coming out on the next one. Over back on 3, we got Kale Nash out of Clear Creek, Amana again. And then we got Reed Kruger out of Mason City.
So starting off the third period, over on mat 1, Lucas Reeder chooses bottom, and he gets an escape. Closing the gap. He's down 4-2 now with 1:45 to go in the final period. Some good action from both guys. A lot of fakes. And Reeder really pressuring Michael Lewis, doing everything he can to create some offense for himself.
1:30 left here in the third in this match. Really got to push the pace here and start taking quality shots. There's a stall call there with 1:30 left.
So Reeder earns a stall call against Michael Lewis. It's the sophomore from Pleasant Valley and the junior from Des Moines East. Kind of a half shot by Michael Lewis as they work towards the edge of the mat. Good duck under attempt. They end up in front headlock position. Reeder with the short elbow in the front headlock position. Looking to go left side, go behind. Then he goes right side. No points yet for either guy.
Down on 6 here. We got a tie ball game up here and still in the end of the first period. Getting close to the end of the first period. We got Max Ponish out of Cedar Rapids Kennedy. He's taking on Caleb Barrero out of Urbandale. Still scoreless. Kennedy, though, answering back with an ankle pick. Nothing there. Fires back with a re-attack. Over back on 1. We got takedown and backs here.
Lucas Reeder getting the takedown and getting back points. And he's got a deep half Nelson in. So he's going to get takedown points and back points.
In the last 10 seconds here.
Now we're neutral. It's 5-4.
And just like that is a comeback there for the Pleasant Valley. Good old win there for the Trojans.
In the last few seconds, the sophomore gets it done against the junior from Des Moines East.
Now coming up on mat 1, we got Beeler coming out of Spencer. Thank you, Vosser. We appreciate that, man. Got to thank my buddy Jimmy Schuster there. He was staying on that call while I was over here looking at all these other matches, so appreciate that. Up on 5, we got Garrett Evans out of Bettendorf. He's taking on Sorensen Kelsall out of Pleasant Valley. Next door neighbors. They've probably seen each other multiple times. Evans up with a takedown. There's 2. There's a fall there on mat 3. Kale Nash, Creek Amana.
Junior getting it done over Reed Kruger of Mason City. Down on mat 1 again, we got Easton Beeler, the freshman out of Spencer. He's got a 22-14 record. He's going against Joey Cahill out of Waukee Northwest. So 2 freshmen down there on mat 1. Joey Cahill with the 2-0 lead early. And he's got both legs in, and he's getting back points. Waukee Northwest, Joey Cahill. So he's going to get 3 back points. He's going to lead 5-0 minute into the first period for Waukee Northwest.
Sodergren, Ankeny Centennial.
Looks
Now
like there's some
wrestling
blood
on
time
mat
here
three
on
at
5.
126. Now wrestling on mat number 4 at 120
Friendly reminder, if there are
pounds.
any matches you
Nick
guys want to call
McAllister,
out,
Joaquin,
just
Stony
shoot us a comment on the YouTube
Wood,
page. We'll do our
Indianola,
best to cover it.
McAllister,
We tend to make sure that
wrestling on mat
we get
number
those
4
covered for
at
you guys.
120
This
pounds.
audio play-by-play is sponsored by Quint City Restorations out of the Quad Cities. Can't thank them enough for helping us out this week. If you guys can do yourself a favor, follow them on social media. Make sure that if you have the opportunity to use their business, make sure that they do, or you do a phenomenal job. They support IA Wrestle. They support the AU State Tournament here next week. Also, they're big supporters of San Ambrose Wrestling. Over on 5, Garrett Evans up 4-1 right now. Coming up on mat 8 here, looks like we got North Scott taking on Johnston. Once we get those names updated here, I'll let you know.
Yeah, and down on mat 1, it looks like Spencer, Easton Beeler, the freshman, he chose top to start the second period.
Must be feeling pretty confident with his top game.
6 at 120 pounds.
Must be a hammer on top.
Down here on 3, we got a pin going on here out of Ankeny Centennial. Sodergren over McCallie Clement. He's got that in deep. He's got that half deep. Ref's looking for it. Looks like we got an illegal hold here on 5. Score 4-2 now.
Wrestling on mat number 2 at 126 pounds. Noah Phillips, Council
And down on mat 1, it looks like Beeler chose top for a reason. He's pretty much got Cahill of Waukee Northwest flat on the mat, and he's had him there since the start of the second period. No turns yet for Beeler. He's working hard on the left side there on top.
Over here on 3, still looking for that fall, is Sodergren out of Ankeny Centennial.
Ethan Sodergren, the freshman.
Over on 4, we got Alex Horniak out of Waverly Shell Rock taking on Aiden Winky out of Ankeny. That's a 2-1 score right now for Winky.
Yeah, and right here in front of us on mat 4, Nick McAllister, the junior from Waukee. He'll be taking on freshman Stony Wood of Indianola.
Solid name. We like that. We might have to give out an award for best name, Jim.
I think we should do that. The IA Wrestle best name of the tournament. Down on mat 2, good action from both guys there.
I think we know who's going to win 2A.
Brady Beers.
Brady Beers. 1A, got to give it to Rowdy Neighbor. Always got to give it to Rowdy Neighbor.
I think we're going to see AC Roller in this session, too.
Yeah, that is true, AC Roller. There we go with a fall there on mat 3. Sodergren out of Ankeny Centennial. He gets the fall in the second period.
So after a ride out in the second, Easton Beeler still finding himself down 4-0 behind Waukee Northwest Joe Cahill.
Now wrestling on mat number 3 at 126 pounds, Jace Wedling, Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Jack Foster, Xavier. Wedling.
Down here on mat 6, Malik DeBow, the junior from Linn-Mar, with a solid 5-0 lead going into the third period over Caden Rogers of Newton.
He gets to go behind here. Oh, someone's looking for a big step throw there.
Next to them on mat 5, looks like Garrett Evans, the junior from Bettendorf, getting swipes. That was knotted at 4, but after the near fall here, Evans is going to take 7-4 lead, it looks like.
I can see Garrett Evans' mom front row. She's fired up right now.
Yeah, you got to love those crazy wrestler moms.
And she ain't afraid to admit it. She loves it.
Sometimes they're they get more fired up than the athlete themselves.
Head coach from Fort Dodge. Head coach from Fort Dodge. Please come to the head table.
Evans, they just called potentially dangerous on that. Up 9-4 here. 13 seconds left here in the second here for Evans.
We got a question from streamer Braden Steer. I think if you go to Flow Wrestling, you have to buy an account, but you can watch state tournament live. All the matches are being broadcasted on Flow Wrestling.
Diego, we do know about Mitchell Pins, buddy. He's got one of the cooler names in the tournament as well.
He's right up there.
Johnston, Lucas Vance, Marshalltown. Vance, Marshalltown.
Down on 7, Cash Kiner, West Des Moines Valley with a 2-0 lead over Danny Cleveland, Sioux City East.
Over on 3, we got a Cedar Rapids matchup. We got Jace Wendling out of Cedar Rapids Jefferson. He's taking on Jack Foster out of Xavier. Foster with a takedown there. Put himself up 4-1 here. 25 seconds left in the first.
Down on mat 1, 15 seconds to go in that bout. 6-1 the score for Joey Cahill over Easton Beeler. Beeler with an escape in the third period, but not going to be enough. It looks like Joey Cahill is going to hang on to win that one and move on to consolation round 3 here this afternoon. Down on mat 2, Noah Phillips of Council Bluffs, Thomas Jefferson. He's got a commanding lead 10-1 over Lincoln Miller of Waukee, the freshman. And it looks like Phillips, just as I say that, is going to take injury time.
20 pounds, Evan Simpson, Cedar Falls.
Over on mat 3, Jace Wendling, Cedar Rapids Jefferson, the freshman. He's down 4-1 early to Jack Foster from Xavier Cedar Rapids. And next to them, McAllister of Waukee and Stony Wood, Indianola. In a tight match with a minute to go. Stony Wood, the freshman out of Indianola, with the 4-2 advantage. Moving along here to mat 5, Garrett Evans out of Bettendorf, controlling that match with a minute to go in the third period. He leads 11-4 over Soren Kessel. And then down on mat 6, Sandrell Thompson, the junior from Johnston, off to an early lead, 2-0 over Lucas Bance of Marshalltown, the Bobcat. And Chandrell Thompson with the left side leg in. He's got both boots in, and he's got the Bobcat stretched out flat.
Evans still looking for the fall here on 5.
Over on 7, Danny Cleveland out of Sioux City East, the sophomore, 30-8 record. He's down 2-0 early to Cash Kiner, West Des Moines Valley.
Runs out of time, but Garrett Evans walks off with a 17-4 win here.
And Kiner on mat 7 picks up his second takedown of the match. He leads 4-0 now.
There's a fall over on mat 1. Evan Simpson out of Cedar Falls. He gets the fall in the first period over Drake Phillips out of Waukee Northwest.
So this round here, you win, you go on, you lose your tournament, and your season's over, unfortunately. 2A, we had a lot of wild matches, and I suspect the same thing here for 3A.
132 pounds, Carson Krieger. Waukee, Andrew Rowland, Ankeny Centennial. Rowland, Ankeny Centennial. Krieger, Waukee, now wrestling
over here on 5, we got Matt Tran out of Iowa City West taking on Blake Forrester. Tran was high ranked here in the season, took an L yesterday, so now he ends up on the backside. Down on 3, Jack Wendling out of Cedar Rapids, Jack Foster out of Xavier. He's racking up a 9-2 lead right now, in on another takedown. Waukee's McAllister, he's going to walk off with a 6-4 overtime win. Big win there.
First overtime win of the session here for the 3A.
Fall over here on mat 8. Matt Williams gets the fall here, the 11-1 win. Meant to say win, not a fall, my bad.
Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Roman, Kennedy, Sorch, Lewis Central.
Down on 7, Danny Cleveland, Cash Kiner out of Valley West Des Moines. He's ahead of Danny Cleveland 4-0.
Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 132 pounds.
Down on mat 1, Andrew Rowland, the junior from Ankeny Centennial. He's got a 2-0 lead over Carson Krieger, the senior out of Waukee. 2 CIML opponents meeting here on the backside this afternoon, excuse me.
Over on 8, Isaac Lomas out of Waterloo East. He'll be taking on Lucas Horick out of Marion. Start off the match here. Marion busting out the all-yellow singlets today.
Yeah, and they look good, huh? Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh to death.
All fresh, all day. They had to get them all updated. They had to change. Marion has changed their moniker to the Wolves. Over on 2, we got Cedar Rapids Prairie's Tegan Kendall wrestling Rylan Hilton out of Indianola. Score right now 2-1 in favor of Hilton out of Indianola. 45 seconds left here in the first.
And down here right in front of us, Carter Scorch, the junior from Lewis Central. He's got a 2-0 lead over Aiden Roman, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Junior versus a freshman on mat 4.
Cruz, North Scott, you are now wrestling on mat 3 at 132 pounds.
Over on 5, Matthew Tran, Iowa City West, building his lead. He's up 6-2 and back in on the high crotch. Sitting Blake Forrester out of Dallas Center Grimes to his butt.
With the fall on mat 8, Lomas is walking off with the fall over Horick of Marion. Horick's season is finished up here.
Blake Forrester kind of in that rubber knee position. Tran trying to work across his body and get the 2 takedown here. They're in a little bit of a scramble. Now Forrester in a Merkel. He's going to end up getting the 2 points and closes the lead 6-4 as he drops down on a single. Tran kicks out and he's awarded a 1-point escape. 7-4.
Over on mat 3, Justice Jessaroga looking for a fall here.
Jessaroga is another one that maybe shouldn't have lost yesterday. Found himself on the backside, but he's responding well here with the first period pin. And that's going to help the team race. Southeast Polk always in the hunt.
Down on 8 here, we got Mitchell Murphy out of Dubuque Hempstead. He's taking on MVC rival Keller Wilson. They've met a couple times this year. Murphy doing a really good job getting the first takedown. He's going to start working towards his body. But Wilson has something to say about that. Hips through, but still gets put back in that, gets his butt sitting on the mat, hanging onto an ankle. Murphy's just going to take his time. He's going to work his way up top. There's the 2 there for Murphy. He's going to keep walking towards the head. Locked hands on Murphy, though, making that score 2-1.
Now wrestling on mat number 6.
We got an injury going on here on mat 1. Doesn't look good right now. Looks like they're taking their time here with him.
That's Andrew Rowland of Ankeny Centennial, the junior, getting some attention from the medical staff. Carson Krieger in the corner getting some advice from his Waukee coaches.
Over on 8, Murphy's got a bar. 44 seconds left here in the first. Then it looks like over here on 6, we got Owen Gilbert out of Johnson taking on Damian Clark out of Pella. They'll be starting up here quick.
Damian Clark, the senior out of Pella with the neon pink shoes. And as Owen Gilbert shoots a double leg, Clark catches him, a whip over, double under whip over. He scores 2 points early in the first period here on mat 6.
Coming up here on back here over on mat 8, Murphy up with a 5-1 lead. Over on 7, we got Cameron Bennett taking on Sam Davison out of Fort Dodge. Still scoreless here coming into the closing round here, the first period. Looks like over on 5, Matt Tran is up 7-5 here with 1:32 left here in the third. Over on 3, we got Nick Foreman out of Cedar Rapids, Washington. He's taking on Eli Cox out of Indianola.
That's a senior versus a freshman over there. Foreman, Cedar Rapids, Washington, scoring 2 points. The seniors 12-3, taking on Indianola freshman, sitting at 22-21, just over 500 record for the freshman, Eli Cox. A lot of good wrestling going on here.
So far, yeah, we're rolling. It looks like I think we're going to be injury forfeiting out on Matt 1 here. They're walking him off the mat.
And that's too bad, too. I mean, he was in that match. He was only down a point. Looks like maybe a left arm or wrist injury.
Hate to see that way to end the season. Murphy on another takedown there, going 7-1 here in the second. Tran still up 7-5 with 36 seconds left. Down here on 6, we got Pella's Damian Clark. He's up 7-1. Now coming up here on Mat 1. Looks like they're still waiting to kind of clear up everything over there with that injury. Tran over here looking for a cradle. Then goes to a leg pass. Murphy up 9-1 here, 45 seconds left in the second. There's a fall over there on mat 4. Looks like Carter Scroche out of Lewis Central getting the fall.
Number 1 at 138 pounds, Zeb Fitzgerald, Dowling Catholic, Tate Turner, Norwalk. Turner, Norwalk, Fitzgerald, Dowling Catholic. Now wrestling on mat 1 at 138 pounds. Now wrestling on mat number 4 at 132 pounds. Ryan Young, Indianola. Hunter Strong, Davenport West.
Down here on mat 1.
Davenport West, Young,
for Dowling Catholic, we've got Zeb Fitzgerald. He's taking on Norwalk wrestler Tate.
Iowa City High. Matthew McCray, Bondurant.
I can't read that one. Tate Turner, Norwalk.
Tate
Senior
Turner
versus senior.
Where are your cheaters at, brother?
I know, right? I'm about due for some glasses.
Now wrestling at 5 and 126.
Over on 5 right now, we got Matt McCray out of Bondurant Farrar. He's up 2-0 right now on Mahun Lopez out of City High. Looking at team scores right now as they're popping up here. Looking at the boards here. Southeast Polk with a 10-point lead over Ankeny Centennial. Southeast Polk 61, Ankeny Centennial 51.5. The Rams are starting to pull away. It looks like a little bit.
Now wrestling on man number 2.
Coming up next in the next week, we got Bettendorf in 3rd, Indianola in 4th. Will Foreman with the fall on mat 3.
Pleasant Valley. You're now wrestling on mat number 2 at 132 pounds.
Over on mat 1, it's Zeb Fitzgerald scoring the takedown on the edge.
5th place, Bondurant Farrar, 38.5 points. In 6th place, we got Johnston coming in with 38. Just a half-point difference there.
We'll get a fresh start on mat 1. Fitzgerald's going to start on top.
Fort Dodge is up 36, or got 36 in 7th. Linmar 35 in 8th place. And rounding out the top 10 here in a second, we got
Mayfield, Dallas Center Grimes, Kelsall, Pleasant Valley.
Hempstead in 34.5 points in 10th place, Waverly Shellrock. Murphy still up 14-2, 30 seconds left here. He's still trying to be active. He's still trying to score points here.
Brewer, Lewis Central, Ellinger, Linmar.
He's looking to still create motion. Runs out of bounds on a nice double leg.
That'll end the first period.
Over on 2, though, we got some scrappers going on here. Or on 6, we got Aiden Ellinger out of Linmar. He gets the first takedown on Jackson Brewer out of Lewis Central. Wait, no, they still haven't called it yet, so no takedown there. I thought another dead to rights, but Brewers just kept moving. Ellinger going for a fireman's carry. Doesn't have the body to keep going through, but he's just persevering through it. He's trying to cut the corner, trying to get himself some takedown here. Coming out the back door, still got the whizzer in, so it's hard to make that call. Now he's got a half, and he's looking to roll through that. There's back points there for Lindmar. He should sit back, try to scoop the head, but looks like he's too far gone. Murphy's going to walk off with a 14-2 win. Over on 7. Cameron Bennett with the fall.
Quick pin called there.
Yeah. Tied up 7-7 with 9 seconds left. They called that one real quick. Over on 5. McRae looking for a fall here for Bondurant Farrar over Marion Lopez, and he gets the fall there. He's moving on to later on this afternoon.
And down on mat 1, Zeb Fitzgerald with the second period escape.
Another quick call here on fall call on mat 2 for Carlisle.
Quick shuck for Fitzgerald, and he finds himself behind Tate Turner. Big lift in return for Fitzgerald in the second takedown of the match. He leads 5-1 now with a minute to go in the second period.
Gavin Goebel, Spencer Campbell Janis, Iowa City West.
We appreciate all the requests, but if you guys could say their names and not the match number, that would help us out a ton. I see Sabrina Brennan, she wants match 3377. If you could throw a name in there just to help us out, make it a little bit easier, we can catch their names up there as well. We appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Down on mat 8 right now, Jake Mitchell out of Iowa City High. He's up 2-0 currently.
Escape for Tate Turner on mat 1. Makes it 5-2, but Fitzgerald looking to go behind again. Almost has it. He's got Turner flattened out. He's going to score another go-behind takedown with short time to go in the second period. Great time to score there for Zeb Fitzgerald. Clock winding down, and he scores with 2 seconds to go. Doesn't give his opponent much of a chance to counteract or rebound from the takedown. Thank you, Sabrina, for the clarification.
We appreciate that.
So down on mat 1, Fitzgerald now it's a 7-3 lead after an escape from Tate Turner out of Norwalk.
Here on 7, it looks like we got Eddie Fulton taking on Dane Rue out of Urbandale. Rue in on a high crotch here, is looking to finish. Fulton doing his best to go ahead here, but he catches a cradle. Might be going out of bounds, but yep, they're going to wave it out of bounds here to start it off. Get some fresh starts here. Down on 4, we got Ryan Young out of Indianola. He's taking on Hunter Strong. He's got Hunter Strong in trouble here right now. Got him on his back. He's looking to go straight jacket. Walk across center here, look for the fall. He settles back in. Nothing there, but he does get a set of back points there. Young out of Indianola. He's up 8-2 here in the third period, 55 seconds left.
Down here on mat 2, Owen Walker, Valley West Des Moines. He finds himself down 2-1 against Jason Rivas, the junior from Des Moines East. Owen Walker and Rivas, now they're knotted at 3 after a quick reversal.
Cade Jones, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening. Gottschalk will be coming up in the quarterfinals here later on. Got an Austin Hurst saying, let's go, Boar.
Shout out to Austin Hurst, Jake Snook, and the whole Latitude crew. They are big supporters of our great sport of wrestling. For all your landscaping, mowing, fertilizing needs, look up Latitude 41 of Iowa.
There on mat 5, there's near fall points for Campbell Janis. Coming back here, he's starting to roll back here a little bit. He's up 5, or he's down 5-4. with a minute left here in the second period.
Fitzgerald looking to ice this one over on mat 1. He's got a commanding 11-1 lead.
And gets the fall there.
And he is going to move on to consolation round 3. Good wrestler, tough wrestler, but an even better kid, Zeb Fitzgerald.
Down on 2. Looks like
I didn't see who won that one.
Owen Walker gets the fall. He advances on to the next day as well. Or not next day, later on this afternoon.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at
Down on mat 3, Caden Mayfield, the junior from Dallas Center.
Big comeback there for Eddie Fulton out of Des Moines Roosevelt. He was in a cradle. It was all tied up. He launches a cradle of himself. He gets the fall over Dane Rue of Urbandale. That was exciting.
Little inner city battle there.
Peters, Clinton, now wrestling on mat number 4 at 138 pounds. Now wrestling on mat
with the
number
fall
2
on mat 5. Gavin Doble of Spencer, he gets the fall in the second period.
Puts, Pella, Jennings, Clinton, now wrestling on mat number 2 at 150 pounds. Wrestling on mat number 7 at 144 pounds. Braden Doyle, Iowa City West. Braden Wiles, Cedar Falls. Wiles, Cedar Falls. Doyle, Iowa City West. Now wrestling on mat number 7 at 144.
Down on 4 right now, we got Danny Peters from Clinton. He's taking on Cole Green out of North Scott. Mac rivals here.
Cook, Xavier, McDermott,
now Danny Peters holds a tech fall victory over Mitchell Murphy at 138 earlier in the year here. So he's got some spunk in him.
So down here on mat 2, Brady Jennings of Clinton, the junior, and T.R. Putz, the senior out of Pella. Putz off to a 2-0 lead. Over on mat 3, Merritt Kessel, the freshman, Pleasant Valley. He's taking on Caden Mayfield, the junior, from Dallas Center Grimes. Mayfield in on a shot. Right as I say that, left side single leg, looking to come up the middle. Sit to his hip and come up the middle. Nothing there. Now he pops his head through, looking to hook that bottom leg and pop his head out. As Pleasant Valley dives for ankles, puts himself in a little better situation. And it's Pleasant Valley, Merritt Kessel, the freshman, that's going to get the takedown. And he's looking for back points.
Over on 5 here, we got Adam Cook out of Xavier. He's up 2-0 right now on Will McDermott out of North Scott. 44 seconds left here in the frame.
Yeah, and similar to 2A, it seems like in this consolation round, none of these guys are holding back. They're letting it fly, and that's what you love to see. Down on mat 4, Danny Peters, the sophomore out of Clinton, and Cole Green, the sophomore. 2 sophomores battling it out on mat 4. Scored 2-2 currently in the second period. In a bit of a scramble situation, it looks like Cole Green out of North Scott's in on the low single. He's going to catch him in a headlock. No points awarded yet. And Peters of Clinton is actually going to end up scoring the takedown there on the edge of the mat. So good action there from those two.
Good wrestling there. Down on 8, Jake Mitchell is up 8-3 here in the third period, 39 seconds. Just gave up a takedown. Looks like Jones out of Clear Creek Manor, he's going for the cut. It's going to be 8-4 as they walk out of bounds.
Yeah, so Jones, he's down to Mitchell, 8-4 now. Mitchell out of Iowa City, City High. Jones from Clear Creek, Amana, like my partner just said. And that's Jake Mitchell back in on a double leg. He's going to score.
Over here back on 4, Peters up now 4-2. 30 seconds left here in the second period.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, 144-pounders, Riley Brown, Fort Dodge, Parker Casey Johnston. Brown of Fort Dodge, Casey of Johnson, now wrestling on mat number 3 at 144.
Moving right along here.
Yep, down now up on mat 8.
Now wrestling on mat number 8, 144-pounders, Duncan
Looks
Hart
like
of Bettendorf.
Duncan Harn out of Bettendorf taking on Landon Corey out of Bondurant.
Corey, Bondurant Farrar. Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 144.
Then over here on 2, we got Sincere Clark. He was ranked 2nd coming into this tournament. He got upset yesterday. He's taking on Landon Bell out of Iowa City Liberty.
And there it is right there. Clark in on a single leg.
Senior, 35-2.
And probably another guy wasting no time here in the consolation round, but probably another guy that's not super happy about being here. As you said, the number 2 ranking in the state, and suffered a tough, close loss yesterday afternoon in the first round, the 3A. Over on mat 3, Riley Brown of Fort Dodge. He finds himself in a cross-face cradle, and it's Parker Johnson.
From Johnson.
Parker Casey from Johnston, the freshman, that's going to end up with the win by fall.
Over here on 5, Adam Cook is still holding on to a 2-1 lead here with 14 seconds left. He's got some blood time going here. Then it looks like over here on mat 8, looks like Duncan Harn pulls off a pin here. 38 seconds here in the first period.
Making quick work of that. He moves on to round 3 consolation.
Coach Knight's fired up about that.
Team points, baby. Team points are everything.
Over here, Sincere Clark has a cradle locked up. He's looking for the fall, and he gets the fall.
The West Des Moines Tiger, righting a wrong from yesterday. He moves on to round 3 consolation here in a couple hours. Oh, never mind, Worm. Looks like time ran out right before he hit the mat.
Ouch. Hate to see that. Here we go on mat 3. We got Jack Stevens out of Clear Creek, Lugan Hutt out of Waukee Northwest. They're going right now. Stevens in on a single leg right away. Pulling it back into center, goes to sit, catches on his back. Nothing on back points, but sat it down perfectly.
Yeah, and right next to them on mat 1, Carson Cornwell, the senior out of Johnston. He is neck and neck, 4-4 score there against Nolan Howell of Clear Creek, Amana. So that's Cornwell and Howell on mat 1, tied at 4 in the 3rd period here. Down on mat 6, Liam McLaughlin, the junior. He finds himself down 5-0 to Wyatt Haying of Spencer.
Over on 7, looks like it's 8-6, Braden Doyle right now, 20 seconds left. They're in a waterfall position. They go stalemate. Over on 4, we're going to have Caden Borcherding Johnson out of Norwalk taking on Brody Warwick out of Boone.
150-pounders, Caden Borcherding Johnson of Norwalk, Brody Warwick of Boone.
Over here on 2, Sincere Clark. He's racking up a 6-0 lead right now. 45 seconds left here in the second. He's in on a single leg. Looks like over here on 3, Jack Stevens of Clear Creek. He's looking for the fall.
The senior 40-15 record, Jack Stevens.
Over on 8, we got Grant Boddicker out of Linn-Mar. He's going to be wrestling Jack Jancy out of Davenport Central. They're still waiting on Davenport Central to report to the mat. Nope, it's 2-1. Their Justin headgear must have broke right now.
Little headgear malfunction. And down here on 6, Norwalk's Liam McLaughlin mounting a comeback here against Wyatt Hang of Spencer. He's got him about flat on his back.
He's got plenty of time. He needs to sit his hips back here a little bit, readjust. Yeah, he's flat. The ref's just waiting for the call. There's the fall. What a comeback there.
Liam McLaughlin down 5-2, gets the reversal and the pin over Spencer's Wyatt Hang. So he'll move on here in this consolation round.
Over on 8. Action progresses. Boddicker out of Linmar. He's up 2-1 right now over Jancy out of Davenport Central. Hard snap there. Stall call on Jancy. Boddicker looking for an outside single as Jancy goes to an ankle pass. Looking to come out the back door. Boddicker, though, reaches back, grabs an ankle, causes scrambling. Still nothing, but Boddicker might actually find himself on top here.
Now wrestling on mat number 6.
He's trying to lock cradle, though, before he's clearing the arms. Coming up on 6. We got Casey Kelly out of Cedar Rapids Prairie. He's taking on Keegan Kaser out of Lamar's. Casey in on the legs right away. Big inside trip there on an outside single.
Down on mat 1, Southeast Polk's Garrett Kingery, the senior, taking on Ty Solverson, a senior as well out of Boone. And it looks like the Southeast Polk senior in on a double leg. He's got the Boone senior sat to his butt. Now he's going crotch lift is the Boone senior, Ty Solverson.
Set of back points here for Kelly out of Prairie. He's now up 5-1. Oh, we're going to see a big old cow catch. Oh, it fails on mat 3. Jack Stevens. Luke Hutt was trying to go for broke there with that cow catcher. And Hutt just did a really good, Stevens just did a really good job. They're out following through the position. Catches him on his back. Now he's getting himself a set of 5 there. So now he's up 13-0 here in the second period. Well, it should be 11. Okay, it looks like he was still in control there. Okay, 11-1 here to close out the second period here on mat 3. Another blood time here on mat 5.
And down on 2, Sincere Clark, the number 2 ranked wrestler. He's going to close out that match 10-0 over Landon Bell of Iowa City Liberty. Good to see him come back after a tough loss yesterday and continue his run here at the state tournament. Scoreless on mat 1 after a good scramble. Going into the second period.
Boddicker looking for back points here over Jancy. He's looking for the fall.
Now wrestling on mat number 5 at 150, Kendall Kerr, Bettendorf, Cole Martin of Ames.
Over on 5.
Martin of Ames.
Looks like that's just starting out Kendall Kerr out of Bettendorf. Taking on Cole Martin of Ames. Boddicker out of Linmar gets the fall with about 30 seconds left here in the second. He's going to move on here to later this afternoon when the quarters start here. We're already at 150 pounds.
Big throw on mat 3. Both guys going upper body.
Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 165, Wyatt Haas, Davenport West, Kenner Canoyer.
Here on 4.
Haas of Davenport West, Canoyer.
Big old switch coming out of Johnson out of Norwalk. Gets an outside single. He wants to come up. He's coming out the back door there with the finish. There's 2. A lot of Boone here on 1, 2, and 4.
All right next to each other, 3 Tyrannodors.
I think that might be a George Strait song.
Troubadour.
Yep. Hey, Sabrina, thank you. We love that. And Ethan Irvin, Indianola currently is sitting in 4th place right now at 42.5 points. So they're trucking along.
Down on mat 1, it's Southeast Polk's Garrett Kingery. He had to escape, and he's in on a single leg now, but stretched out a little bit.
Stevens in on another double leg there, but big old Wizard stopping him from getting his 2. There's the 2 there for Stevens.
Yeah, and down on mat 4, it's the freshman Brody Warwick of Boone with the 8-6 lead over Caden Borsting Johnson of Norwalk. And it looks like Norwalk's athlete, maybe a little bit of a banged up shoulder after that exchange. Boone chooses down. Brody Warwick chooses down. Norwalk going to go optional start.
Big throw there by Kelly out of Prairie. He's got some time to get the fall here still. That was a big old one. There's the fall. Big over hip toss.
Nice looking headlock hip toss there. And down here in front of us, it's Boarding Johnson trying a cement mixer, gets caught on his back. So Brody Warwick out of Boone is going to score another takedown, extend his lead 10-6.
Now wrestling on mat number 6 at 157. Ben Backus, Cedar Falls, Wyatt Vlasic.
13-6 here for the Termador.
Cedar Falls, Vlasic, Prairie, Cedar Rapids.
Minute 17 left here in the third.
At 157. Wrestling on mat number 8 at 165. Barrett Miras, Lindmar, Gabe Rubino, Joaquin Northwest. Miras, Lindmar, Rubino, Joaquin Northwest. Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 165.
Coming up here on mat 3, we got a fresh match here with Tyler Stanford out of Norwalk. He's taking on Ethan McDonald out of Indianola. Got some neighbors going on there.
So down on one, we got a 1-1 match here late in the third period. Both guys fighting hard. They go out of bounds here. We'll get a fresh start. Over on mat 6, Ben Backus, the junior from Cedar Falls. He's taking on Wyatt Vlasic, the senior out of Prairie Cedar Rapids. Those two rolling around a little bit, and it's Ben Backus that earns the first takedown of that match.
Over on 7 here, we got Levi Johnson tied up with Evan Rouse, 2-2. Over on 8, we got Barris Moraes of Lindmar. He's up 2-1 right now on Gabe Rubin out of Joaquin Northwest.
And it's Tice Alverson out of Boone continuing to shoot. Can't quite get to the legs of Garrett Kingery out of Southeast Polk. Two seniors leaving it all on the mat there.
Down on 4, we got some back points coming for Boone.
We're going overtime on mat 1. First overtime of this 3A session, I think.
Second. We called that one about 113.
Good call, buddy. Good call.
Hey, man, we pick each other up.
Yes, sir.
A big outside single. He was going past by. Gets met with an outside single.
That's Southeast Polk's Garrett Kingery on the shot.
Kingery's with his hips flat.
He's a little stretched out there.
But he's doing a really good job of locking that elbow in.
Now wrestling on mat
as Silverson is trying to hit a go behind here. He's trying to cut the corner. There's the 2.
And
big
Boone,
win there for him.
Boone's going to knock off Southeast Polk.
He's fired up.
157.
So we got back-to-back wins on 4 and 1 for the Boone Torrenadors.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 157.
Another overtime mat on mat 7.
Going over 7, all tied up here.
Wrestling on mat number 1 at 157.
And down on mat 4, AJ Pontier out of Indianola, the junior, takes on Trace Robertson of Clear Creek, Amana.
Over on 1, we got Dawson Fish out of Dubuque Hempstead. He's going to take on McIver Haggerty of Waverly Shell Rock. Another district rematch here from Saturday.
And on mat 6,
Fish with a 2-on-1, nothing there. Got the ride out here. Let's see here. Still 16 seconds left here in the second overtime on mat 7. Here's the escape. No, they're not going to give the escape. 5 seconds left here. Oh, they did give the escape. Here in that overtime, 5 seconds left.
Down on 6,
There's
Vlasic with the escape, so he leads 7-4. But right away, Ben Backus is back in on a shot.
Over on 7, we got a 3-2 right now.
And it's Backus looking to switch off from a high crotch to a double leg. Now he goes head up the middle.
Johnson's from Spencer's turn on top. He's up 3-2. Ralph's from North Scott. He's got to get out here in the next 20 seconds. Johnson's sitting pretty high here with the legs in.
Over on mat 5, Benjamin Lytle, the sophomore out of North Scott, and Dominic Tigner, the junior from Norwalk. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Started the second period there on mat 5, and it's Tigner out of Norwalk that earns the escape.
Levi Johnson taking the lead, getting the win here in overtime, 3-2. Gets that escape. Over here on mat 1, Fish was in on Peterson. Looks like McIver Haggerty. He's going to come around the corner here.
We've got action on mat 1. The senior out of Dubuque Hempstead, Dawson Fish, and the sophomore out of Waverly Shell Rock, McIver Haggerty.
Big takedown there on mat 3 from Indianola, but still rolling through. Might be giving it up here. He's hanging. He just gives up a reversal with some near falls.
He's got a minute left. Out of Norwalk, he's getting near fall against Ethan McDonald of Indianola. And he's close to a pin there. I don't know if he's going to get it or not. Short time here in the third period. And right next to them on mat 4, it's AJ Pontier with the 7-2 advantage over Trace Robertson. And another takedown for AJ Pontier, so that makes it 9-2.
Parker Herzog, Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Zio, Des Moines East.
Over here on 8, Barrett Myras up 4-3 here. Putting on a tough ride here, minute 15 left. Meanwhile, over on mat 1, Fish up 3-2 here. Minute 32 left here in the second frame. Big fall there on mat 3. Looks like McDonald comes back, gets the win, 9-8, and you can tell Stanford is not happy. He put him in danger there towards the end there and came up close.
Thought maybe he had the match won and let off the gas a little bit there in the last 10 or 15 seconds.
That's a heartbreaker. You can see his frustration on the side of the mat there. He's not even getting back in the locker room. He's just in a corner right now, and he is very, very sad right now. Moving him back on mat 1.
Over on mat 7. Sorry, Worm.
No, you go ahead.
I was just Kerry Ford's looking for some updates on Pfeiffer out of Ankeny. Teague Pfeiffer, the senior. He's in a dogfight right now. Score is 2-2. Him and Jesse Egley from Fort Dodge.
Fish with the 2 near fall over here on mat 1. He's pulling away here with a 7-2 lead. Big win on mat 6. Wyatt Valsic gets an 18-5 win over Ben Backus out of Cedar Falls. He's moving on to this afternoon. All right, looks like in the third period here, McIver Haggerty, he's going to choose both on their feet. Looks like Fish had all he want with him on top.
Now wrestling on mat number 4.
Over on 7, it's Teagan Pfeiffer, the Ankeny senior. He'll start bottom in the second period.
Out on 8, Gabe Rubin comes back, wins 5-4. He's getting fired. Waukee Northwest crowd, they're getting fired up. You can hear it. Down here on mat 6, coming up here, we got David Santos out of Storm Lake taking on Wrigley Coke.
And over on 7, it's Pfeiffer from Ankeny with the reversal on Egley of Fort Dodge.
See a couple buddies, one from Storm Lake, one from Prairie. That we all ran together for a little bit. He's a good dude. The head coach out at Storm Lake, Ben Seaman, he's a great man, doing good things out at Storm Lake. Wrigley Coke looks like he's got himself a big old elbow brace up there today. Didn't see that yesterday, so something must have dinged up yesterday during that match. We got big body lock coming here on mat 4, but gets reversed. Now we got cow catcher, nothing rolling through. Takedown there on mat 4 from Logan Buxford out of Pella. Joe Hartman was trying to go big, rolled through it, almost got pinned himself. He only gave up 2 there. Wrigley Coke with the takedown there right off the gate.
And it's Tegan Pfeiffer over on mat 7, the Ankeny Hawk, with a strong power half, and he's adjusting his hips a little bit. Now he's getting back points, so he's up 4-2 now, and he's getting swipes. He got all 5 there. He's going to get an extra 3 near fall points and extend his lead 7-2.
Over on 8 here, we got Andy Frank out of Muscatine, sophomore, taking on Victor Esparza out of Norwalk. Tell you what, man, that Frank kid, he's pretty put together kid for a sophomore.
Yeah, he looks like he spends plenty of time in the weight room down there on mat 8.
Looking like over here on mat 3, big takedown from Carlisle, or big mat return from Carlisle. That is Zach Streeter out of Carlisle, Matt Long out of Constable F. Abe Lincoln.
Down on 2, we've got a close match between Parker Hershog, the senior from Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, and Daniel Zio of Des Moines East. Zio of East leading that one 2-1 currently.
Fish walking off mat with an 11-2 win there over McIver Haggerty. Now coming up on mat number 1, Dave Thiessen out of West Dubuque. He's going to be taking on, or that's Drew Birds on mat 1. He'll be taking Angelo Warnu out of Ankeny. Birds coming in as the 8 seed, getting upset yesterday.
Angelo Warnu, Ankeny, Drew Birds, Western Dubuque. Warnu, Ankeny.
Looks like there was an eye poke there on Birds. Over on mat 8, looks like there's some questionable call here. Coach Haggerty from Muscatine, he wants to check in on that.
Now wrestling on mat number 3 at 175, Antonio Loving, Southeast Polk, Mason Tilley, Iowa City High. Loving,
over on 7 here, looks like Pfeiffer's riding up here on a 9-3 lead with minute 12 left here in the 3rd period. Dave, right now we are rolling through 175s right now, 160s, 175s. So in about probably 15, 20 minutes here, we're going to have ourselves the quarterfinals. Another big reversal here on mat 4. Logan Bruxford out of Pella. He's up 7-1. Putting on a real tough ride here. He's got about minute 30 left here in the 2nd. Over on 6, Wrigley Coke up 3-0 right now over David Santos of Storm Lake. Over on 5, looks like we got Marion's Adam Rose taking on Grant Gamble out of Waukee. Minute 20 left there. Drew Birds with a takedown there right out the gate, or, about a minute 30, got poked in the eye there. Once you see him refresh, goes out, gets takedown, gets double spurs in. He looks like he's putting big pressure on top.
And down on mat 7, the Ankeny Hawk, Tegan Pfeiffer. He's going to move on to consolation round 3 with a 9-3 decision win over Jesse Egley of Fort Dodge.
Frank with a big double leg there, looking for back points. Nothing out of that, but real big power double there. Picked him up, set him right back down.
And shout out to Mr. DeYoung of Ames High School, one of the state's greatest junior high teachers. He's tuning in up in Ames at his desk. We appreciate your viewership, Drew.
Wrestling on mat number 7 at 165.
Birds, or looks like Wormow out of Ankeny looking to trying to break the lock here on Bird. Bird's still in control. Nothing here yet. 30 seconds left here in the first. Coming back down over here on mat 8. Frank is up 3-1 here in the second period. Both back on their feet. If I'm Frank, man, he hit that double perfectly. Just reset it, pick perfect timing, and go.
And I see same school but different singlets in this session. I always thought that they had to wear the same singlet, but something must have changed with that.
No, that's kind of always been that's a college thing and more of a high school thing.
Gotcha.
I feel like there's always been guys that bring down different singlets. They all wear different singlets all the time. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but at the same time, hey, not my cows, not my farm. You know what I mean?
Not my monkey, not my circus.
Exactly.
Whatever makes you feel good and wrestle good, I suppose.
Drew Birds here looking for back points. He's looking to punch the mat here. He's getting back points. Got double legs in. He might be looking for a fall here, hopefully. He's going to settle back. He's got running out of time here, though. Got himself some back points there. He's tough on top.
Looks like he is going to run out of time there down on mat 1.
End of the first period, he takes a 5-0 lead. Over on 6. Wrigley Coke still hanging on to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and down here on mat 2, Worm, we got overtime match between East Des Moines and Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln.
And third round consolations.
Ooh.
That knee is twerked. There's the 2.
5 and 6. And the third round consolations, that's 1, 2, 7, and 8.
Big win there.
The senior out of Abraham Lincoln, Parker Herzog, he's going to get the overtime victory over Daniel Zao of East Des Moines.
Coach Harm there, he's showing pure enthusiasm here as he walks off the mat.
He's excited.
He's very excited. Over here on 8, Frank's still holding on to a 5-2 lead with 40 seconds left. Now 5-3. 5-3. Takedown ball game
now
here.
wrestling on mat number 2 at 175. Armin Williams, Bettendorf, Chase Canoria of Pleasant Valley.
Over here on 6 still hanging on to that 3-point lead. Then looks like Santos trying to go for a throw. Coke finds sits through it, finds the back, gets the back, still up, now up 5-0, no back points there. Coke's going to hang on here with a 5-0 win over Santos out of Storm Lake. Wow, go behind here by Esparza, runs out of time. And Frank holds on, win 5-3. Now it looks like Norwalk, they want to question it whether or not that was considered a takedown. We got a fired up dad down here on the aisle. He's wanting to make sure that those refs know what they're saying, but nope, they're calling it. They're calling it. The refs want to talk, the coach want to talk about it. They don't want to hear it.
That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You never leave it in the ref's hands if you can help it.
Over on 1, it looks like Drew Birds is going to get the win there by fall. Now over here on 2, Bettendorf's Armand Williams. He's got Cradle locked up here at 175 pounds.
Yeah, that's Williams out of Bettendorf. Got a tight cradle on the junior from Pleasant Valley, Chase Canoyer.
Over here on mat 4, Dave Dyson with a takedown. Now he's getting back points. Coach Cleary, he's fired up. Coach Manning's fired up. Big win for a kid that came into this tournament with a 7-5 record. He advances on the round 2. Big win there for him.
You're up right now, wrestling on mat number 1 at 190. 106, 113 pounders.
Down on mat 6, Christian Gasper of Cedar Rapids Kennedy and Ronan Thomas, Cedar Rapids Xavier. Both those guys locked in here in the first period, 0-0 score.
Now wrestling on mat number 4.
Next to them, mat 5, Grant Gamble, the junior out of Waukee, and Adam Rose from Marion. Gamble with the 5-2 lead over Rose. Down on mat 1, Jace Tippett, the junior from North Scott, and Philip Jacobs, the sophomore out of Lynn Mar. And it looks like Tippett, the junior, with the takedown, and he's getting back points. But Lynn Mar's Philip Jacobs now with the high flyer and a roll through. So we got 2 takedown, 2 near fall for Tippett, and then a reversal and 2 near fall of his own for Jacobs. Score is going to be 4-4 after that wild action, 1 minute into the first period. Over on mat 7, Hale Rhodes of Mason City, the senior, 165 pounds. He's got a 6-0 lead. Check that, 8-0 lead over Tyler Cook, Sioux City East. And next to them on mat 8, Gavin Benton of Iowa City Liberty, the senior, 2-1 score over Waukee Northwest, Bryce Williams, the sophomore. Those two are going to start on their feet to start the second period. Benton leading 2-1 over Williams. And we're underway, period 1 on mat 3, Lance Clark of Des Moines Lincoln and Tate Woodruff, Dubuque Hempstead. It's Clark of Lincoln with double underhook. And Woodruff fighting down and on the edge of the mat. They go out of bounds. They'll get a fresh start 30 seconds into the first period. Down on mat 6, Hale Road of Mason City. He's got Sioux City East senior Tyler Cook on his back. Cook fighting off his back. They're back to a neutral position, but not after Hale Rhodes jumps out to a 7-0 lead. Excuse me. That's Ronan Thomas of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Christian Gasper. Had my mats mixed up there for a second.
Now wrestling on mat number 4, 215 pounders, Logan Lashbrook.
Down on mat 2, Brayton Gipple, the junior out of Bondurant. He's got a 25-15 record. He's taking on Wyatt Young of Cedar Rapids, Washington. And it's Gipple in on a single leg here, pulling him back to the center. Good balance there from Wyatt Young of Cedar Rapids, Washington. He goes crotch lift on the edge of the mat. He's got Gipple of Bondurant extended. And he's going to keep running the corner as Gipple's flat on his belly. Can't keep up with him. So Wyatt Young is going to score the go-behind takedown here and take a 2-0 lead midway through the first period and gets to work right away on top. Zero score on mat 3 here early in the second period. And just as I say that, Woodruff of Hempstead gets to his feet, gets his hips separated, and turns into Lance Clark of Lincoln. He's going to score an escape point. So Tate Woodruff of Dubuque Hempstead leading 1-0 halfway through the second period. Back to mat 2, Gipple of Bondurant Farrar with an escape. So Young of Cedar Rapids, Washington, leading 2-1 now. 20 seconds to go in the first period on mat 2. Over on mat 7, we've got Jack Cahill, the senior from Ankeny Centennial, and Isaiah Kello, the senior from Indianola. It's Kello, the senior, with Cahill's leg in the air, looking to finish there. He pulls him back to the center of the mat. They hop towards the scorer table. And Cahill from Centennial gets weight on that foot and steps down. So scoreless there after a good little scramble on mat 7.
Over here on mat 3, Tate Woodruff up 1-0 right now for Dubuque Hempstead. Woodruff currently taking on Lance Clark out of Des Moines Lincoln. We're rolling here, getting into 190s. We're up, got some 215s on the mat here.
And over on mat 7, it's Indianola, Isaiah Kellow, the senior, with a single leg takedown and finish on the edge of the mat just as the period ends. So Kellow, the 2-0 lead here. 20 seconds to go in the first period. And over on 5 next to them,
Big old head whip.
chin whip,
Kyler
Iowa
Scranton.
City West, Kyler Scranton. And that was tight.
Big pin there.
So Jack Frecking, one of the better stories of the state tournament, just his first year wrestling, learned it through YouTube videos. Unfortunately, he's going to fall to Kyler Scranton by way of pinfall.
Attention, 106 quarterfinalists. Some of those matches are going to be coming up fairly quickly here. We're going to start putting some of those quarterfinal matches on mats 3, 4, 5, and 6. 106, 113 pounders in the quarterfinals.
Over here on 1, got Cam Smith out of Dubuque Hempstead. He's taking on Noah Nolan out of Carlisle.
Nolan of Carlisle, Camden Smith, Dubuque Hempstead.
Cam Smith, preseason national champ at 190 pounds. Strong as all get out.
Wrestling on mat number 5 at 215.
Won his first match yesterday to get into the tournament. Then took the L here in the round of 16. So he's trucking along. Carlisle answers back with an outside single. Big lift. He goes right to an leg pass.
Good timing there.
Now he's got to go out the back door.
He looked dead to rights, but wow, that's why you keep wrestling.
Hempstead lives for that leg pass. That is their frontline defense. Why sprawl when you can make things spicy?
Right. And Woodruff going right to a crossface cradle.
Cam Smith, big cradle there. He's got that thing tight. There's the fall.
Excuse me, Cam Smith. My bad, Worm.
Oh, you're all good, man. There's 2 Hempstead ponies running right now.
There are. Woodruff with the 4-2 lead over Lance Clark of Des Moines Lincoln. That was the pony I was looking at.
4-2 over here for Woodruff.
Now wrestling on mat number 4, 285.
Woodruff walking off the win there. He moves on to the afternoon session. Hempstead going 5-0 here on the backside.
You love to see that. Yeah, down on mat 2, we've got Wyatt Young with the commanding lead. He's been leading this whole match. He's up 5-2 currently over over Brayton Gipple of Von Durant. Got a tough ride on top. Minute to go in the third period for Wyatt Young, the junior out of Cedar Rapids, Washington. Now he's going ball and chain on the edge of the mat.
Now wrestling on mat number 3 at 215, Joseph Mongi, Lewis Central, Colin Woods, Cedar Rapids Jefferson, Mongi of Lewis Central.
Over on 4 here.
Cedar Rapids Jefferson.
So with 10 seconds to go on mat 2.
Ashton Honor out of Iowa City West. He's taking on Noah Parsons of Pello. We're getting to the big boys here, so when we start quarters here, I'm going to be able to start breaking down quarterfinal matchups with rankings. We got some good ones coming up here, folks.
We have 2 quarterfinal matches and 106-pounders on deck.
They're on deck, so we're going to be ready to rock here.
113-pounders, stand ready.
And that's Wyatt Young down on mat 2. He's 10 seconds away from earning the victory over Brayton Gipple of Bondurant Farrar.
Gets another 2 there. Gets up 7-4. And he's going to walk away with the win there.
Wyatt Young moves on.
The Warrior out of Cedar Rapids, Washington. He's moving on.
106-pounders in the consolation round. Stand ready.
Down on mat 5, it's Jack Dorfler of Ankeny and Aiden Lee of Bettendorf. Lee off to a 2-0 lead here early in the first period. Next to them on mat 3, Joseph Mong, Lewis Central, Council Bluffs, and Colin Woods of Cedar Rapids, Jefferson.
Now wrestling on mat number 2 at 2:15.
And down here in front of us on 6, Newton's Wyatt Weeder, the senior, taking on Xander Wiedemeyer of Waverly Shellrock. That match just started. We're a minute in. They get a fresh start after going out of bounds. That's Weeder and Wiedemeyer.
3, 4, 5, and 6. Our consolation third round matches will wrestle on 1, 2, 7, and 8.
And down here right in front of our announcing table, Noah Parsons, the senior out of Pella. He's taking on Ashton Honor of Iowa City West. Parsons with the lead 3-0 here midway through the second period.
Big old toss there on mat 1. Jackson Boyd with the fall over Vinny Keller.
That's another Indianola team point and advancement points for the Indians.
Now we're moving into round 2 of the consies here. Now on mat 1, Elijah Hyatt out of Dubuque Hempstead. He'll be taking on Pleasant Valley's Raider. They met at districts here this past week as well. Raider took 3rd in that bracket behind Callum McKenna, who's in the quarterfinals right now, coming up here.
Down on mat 8, Carver Sutton, the junior from ADM. He leads 5-3 over Camden Fulhelm.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, consolation third round, 106-pounders.
And a good match on mat 7. It's Kellow of Indianola and Cahill of Ankeny Centennial. 190 pounds. Anyone's match here late in the third period. It's Kellow with the slight lead, 5-2 over Cahill of Ankeny. There's a shot by the Centennial Jaguar. Snap down for Kellow and go behind, so he's going to extend his lead 7-2 and cuts Cahill right away. So 7-3 here with less than a minute. And now it's the Jaguar in on a left side high crotch. Good hips by Kellow.
That was a wild series of events there. Down on mat 6.
And I think they'll run the same format here for 3A. The outside mats, 1, 2, 7, and 8 will be consolation. The center mats, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be those front side quarterfinal matches.
Big takedown there on mat 3 from Lewis Central. Give himself a 2-1 lead here to close out the second period.
And it's already 3 p.m. The time's just flying by here. A lot of good wrestling.
Holy smokes.
And I don't know where that hour and a half just went, but here we are halfway through this 3A quarterfinal and consolation round down here in Des Moines, Iowa, 2024 Iowa High School Wrestling. state championships.
Time flies when you're having fun, brother.
That's right, brother.
Over here on mat 8, going lat drop, finds it. He finds it,
Wow.
but time runs out. They want to make sure that there was two control there. They're thinking
That's Lamar's and ADM.
Mat number 7 at 2:15. Mason Roffler, Johnson.
They're going overtime in this one.
Wow.
Roffler, Johnson, Hockett, Mondrap, Farrar. Now wrestling on mat number 7 at 2:15.
Over on
so
1.
He did get the takedown, but he didn't get back points, it looks like.
Correct.
And we're knotted at 7 on mat 8.
Over on mat 1, Elijah Hyatt up 2-1 right now in favor of Reeder out of Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, and that's the match you're looking at right there, Worm. Mat 1, Lucas Reeder, Pleasant Valley, Elijah Hyatt, Dubuque Hempstead.
Hyatt answers right back with a go behind, catches the arm on a 2-on-1 and just keeps rolling through it. Just does a really good job of cutting the corner. Keeps moving.
We got 2 sophomores down on mat 1, Lucas Reeder and Elijah Hyatt.
Now wrestling on mat number 5,
Hyatt taking a
quarterfinals
4-1 lead into the second
Jack
period.
Wallachite, Catholic,
And he's going to choose down to start second period.
Wallachite, Allen Catholic, DeSalvo, Southeast Polk. You're up on mat number 5, quarterfinals at 106.
Over here on 3, 5-2 for Lewis Central from Monroe, or Mung, 5-2 over Colin Woods right now. 42 seconds left, both on their feet. All right, here we go. We're starting our quarterfinal action here. Looks like the first match that's coming up, one of our top 10 matches to watch. We got Jack Wallagick out of Dowling Catholic. He's taking on Nico DeSalvo out of Southeast Polk. DeSalvo.
Those guys wasting no time right away. They're in on collar ties.
Now wrestling on
left side single by Wallacott of Dowling Catholic.
Down on 4 here. Another quarterfinal. We got Dylan Munson taking on Kellen McKenna. This is a matchup from the MVC finals. Munson got the better of McKenna. McKenna, though, looked really sharp in those first 2 matches yesterday. So he wants to keep that rolling.
And Elijah Hyatt with an escape
and a
on
takedown.
mat 1. And right away, blast double takedown. So he extends his lead 7-1
Munson
over
with
Lucas
takedown.
Reeder of Pleasant Valley. They'll get a fresh start as they go out of bounds there in front of the cheerleaders.
Right now, DeSalvo up 2-0 right now over Wallacott out of Dowling Catholic.
And Hyatt may be looking to extend his lead. He's going to start both of them on their feet.
He
So
feels real comfortable on his feet today. So
another blast double.
Big blast double there.
Almost the exact same shot as before.
He's racking up points here. He understands that he needs bonus points for the team as well. Hempstead's still in this race.
Number 6, Constellation 215, Kate Roll of Marion, Aiden Wyckoff, Carlisle. Roll of Marion, Wyckoff.
So Elijah Hyatt with the 9-2 lead now over Lucas Reeder of Pleasant Valley.
DeSalvo in a waterfall position with Wallacott. McKenna trying to get on a shot, scored 2-1 here in favor of Munson. Munson finds a cradle. He looks to step over big.
Down there on mat 5, DeSalvo and Wallacott. Wallacott looking
walking
for a
that head straight over.
Reversal here
is Munson trying to look for near fall. He gets to near fall. He's looking to readjust here. He's got 10 seconds here. Still might get the fall. Right now, scores 2-1 in favor of Nico DeSalvo over here. Getting towards the end of the first period. There's the fall for Dylan Munson. He's going to the semifinals tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon. Looks like Kellen McKenna over there is up 14-3.
And over on 1, it's Lucas Reeder and Elijah Hyatt. Reeder does a good job fending off a couple more shots from Hyatt, but just hasn't had a chance to get his offense going. He's got to find an opening one way or another as he's down 14-4, minute left in the match.
Peru Christensen, Waukee Northwest.
Over here, still over here on mat 5. DeSalvo going tilt, nothing there.
Hutchinson of Burlington.
Down on 8. Hempstead's Zach Conlon, he's up 4-1 right now. Trying to get a workmanlike job done here.
And Hyatt another takedown on Reeder, and he's got him on his back.
Trying to get the fall.
Not looking the best for the Pleasant Valley sophomore, but he's doing all he can. The effort's been there. Just a little bit outmatched in this consolation round 3.
DeSalvo still up 2-1. Just a tough ride here.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on the Dowling Catholic athlete.
Down on 4, we got Carew Christensen, ranked 7th. He's taking on Braxton Hutchison out of Burlington. 2-1 in favor of Christensen.
That'll do it on mat 1. Lucas Reeder falls to Elijah Hyatt by way of pin.
Mat number 6, quarterfinal 106, Weston Porter, Lewis Central.
And DeSalvo over there on mat 5, he's going to get a couple back points.
Quarterfinal round match at 106.
And then Wallace going to get an escape. So they're back on their feet.
Coming up on 6, we got Weston Porter, freshman out of Lewis Central. He's taking on Benjamin Walsh here. Porter ranked 2nd on the year. He's starting to pick up steam here as the tournament goes along.
And Wollicott from Dowling is going to get a stall call on DeSalvo. So it's 4-2 here, 15 seconds to go in the second period. Stall call on Southeast Polk's DeSalvo.
I have been noticing like DeSalvo's been taking his time on like when they go out of bounds. So maybe the refs are kind of getting a little fed up with that.
Yeah, and 3-4 single leg attempts in a row for Wollicott. There's another one, that same shot, and he gets his head to the outside.
End of time here.
Good action, though.
If I'm Wollicott, I might as well, if it's my choice, I was going to say, Wollicott wants to start him back up. DeSalvo chooses bottom, but he's like, hey, let's just go back on our feet. If he's feeling like he's taking shots right now and there's stall call, but DeSalvo answers right back, goes right to a pinch front head, tries answering back with an inside trip. Big fall over there. There's the fall on mat 3.
113 pounds. That's John Harden of Atumwa and Carson Slora of Indianola. Indianola getting the pin over Harden.
Over here on mat 6, Porter doing a really good job at underhooks. Hanging on here. Carew Christensen still up 2-1 here on mat 4.
Crossan, Indianola. Vandermark, Ankeny Centennial, Crossan of Indianola. Now wrestling on mat number 3, quarterfinal match at 113.
Carew Christian answers with a big old high crotch there. Gets the takedown. 5-2 still in favor of DeSalvo. 59 seconds.
He's got a minute. He needs 2 takedowns here in a minute. DeSalvo taking his time getting back to center.
It all it takes, though, I mean, if I'm walking, I got to keep taking shots, man, to at least get some one. Or there's a stall call. 5-3 now.
So that's 1 point. He drops down on a single leg. Wollicott sit in the corner. DeSalvo trying to come out the center here. This is good action. Wollicott passing the ankle.
Wollicott passing it.
He's close to a takedown.
He might get it. There's danger. They're rolling.
Wow.
Wollicott's still putting in a heavy crossface. You got to keep this wrestling here. You don't break this. They square up again. DeSalvo passing, both passing ankles. Wollicott, nothing
He's
yet.
He's got to elevate. He's got to gain height if he can.
Nothing.
Still no takedown confirmed.
Wollicott just grabbing head.
We're going to get a new start here with short time left.
3 seconds left.
That looks like DeSalvo's going to be the victor here. Good match here in the quarterfinal. Wollicott. Good effort, but not enough.
DeSalvo walks away with a 5-3 win. Over here on mat 1, or over here on mat 6, it looks like Walsh is in on a decent shot on Porter. He's up 1-0 here with 1:22 left here in the first.
Ben Walsh from Ankeny, the Ankeny Hawk, gets an escape in the second period, and he's in on a takedown, looking to switch off to a double leg. And it's Lewis Central's Weston Porter, the freshman. He's 33-0. Good hips from Weston Porter of Lewis Central. Good job not giving up that takedown and running his hips out, running his feet out to the side. Now he's in on a front head and arm.
Zach Conlon for Hempstead walking off a good 5-0 run there for the Mustangs.
Oh, and just as Weston Porter goes head in the hole,
they go stop.
They go stalemate. So back to the center here, the freshman Weston Porter putting his undefeated record on the line.
285-pounders Ryan Perch, Dallas Center Grimes, Andrew Hine, Waukee. Perch of Dallas Center Grimes, Hine of Waukee, now wrestling on mat number 8 at 285.
No problem, Vosser. Thanks for tuning in.
106-pounders, Kent Montgomery, Newton, Avery Van Zelderen.
Down here on 3, looks like we got Cale Vandermark, ranked 4th, taking on Matt Crossan of Indianola. Crossan looks like he's got the tape. No, let's start the second period. Crossan chooses top. Still putting a tough ride in. Returning state champ Alexander Pierce, he is on mat 5 right now. He's ranked number 1. He's taking on number 6, Matt Prine out of Southeast Polk.
And it's Alexander Pierce, the near side cradle, the Iowa City West athlete, sophomore, against the freshman from Southeast Polk with the bleached hair. That's a Ram theme this year at state. They all decided to bleach their hair the night before state, so they're easy to spot. And down on 6, we're in a bit of a scramble here. It's Ben Walsh, the sophomore, and Weston Porter, the freshman. Porter's going to come out on top in that scramble. He takes a 2-1 lead here in the third period.
They were looking for a big old throw there, but Haru Christensen gets the win. Takes a 4-2 win.
And over on mat 3, we've got Cale Vandermark, the sophomore for Ankeny Centennial, versus Matt Crossan, the freshman of Indianola.
Crossan ranked 3rd.
0-0 match.
This is a 4-3 match in the quarters here.
Dubuque Hempstead, Tyler Harper, Norwalk. Gottschalk of Dubuque Hempstead, Harper of Norwalk. Now wrestling on mat number 4.
Over on 4, Landon Gottschalk of Dubuque Hempstead. He'll be taking on Tyler Harper of Norwalk. Gottschalk ranked 9, Tyler Harper ranked 2nd.
So on mat 3, it's Crossan of Indianola with the escape. He leads 1-0 here. Minute 30 to go in the match. Vandermark of Centennial's got to find his offense here.
Big shuck from Norwalk. Gives the 2. Gottschalk just keeps rolling. Trying to set out with a carry.
Indianola, Matt Crossan in on a single leg. Needs to stay down on the leg, though. He goes across the back and loses position. When you're low on that single, it's so important to shelf that leg and stay on the leg versus reaching across into a seatbelt position. Give the advantage to your opponent.
1-0. 54 seconds left here. Still anyone's match.
And Benjamin Walsh escapes Weston Porter on mat 6, so they're tied up at 2 here. We could see an overtime match here.
Sawyer Nelson,
30
Indianola.
seconds to go
Stick
for
on Spencer Nelson,
Porter and
Indianola.
Walsh on mat
Racing on mat
6.
number 1 at 106.
Porter rocking that.
Gottschalk with the reversal, 4-3. Walsh going with the pass by there, nothing there. Porter does a good job breaking him down, or stopping that.
5 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to overtime on mat 6.
Over here on mat 3, we got front head position, 10 seconds left. They're going out of bounds. There was a lot of hustle there coming out of Vandermark, out of Ankeny Centennial.
He knows he's got to go.
He's got to go. He's got about 10 seconds. He needs to make something happen. He gets in on a shot.
Ooh, a double leg.
He might go big. He needs to go big on it.
Wow.
And he's going to get the takedown. Time left. They're going to question that. I think that was 2 all day. Centennial's coach is doing a really good job of, hey, just calm down right now. Don't get excited yet. Keep your ankle. He took his ankle band off already, but at the same time, hey, keep your ankle band on. There's the upset.
Wow.
Cale Vandermark finishes that takes that takedown.
So the freshman from Indianola loses in the final seconds to Cale Vandermark.
Crossan wants him to review it, even though there's no real challenge here. That'd only make state wrestling more interesting if we had video challenges too.
Doesn't want to shake his hand. He's heartbroken.
Yeah. So then over here still, we got an overtime. Porter up 3-2.
Exciting match.
He's got to do a tough ride. That's a big win for the Jaguar.
113-pounders, Lucas Stearns of Marion,
Big-
Tyler Simons, Dowling Catholic, Stearns of Marion.
I mean, that's the
Simons,
situation,
Dowling
man.
Catholic.
He hustled his butt right back. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and he went right to work
He
there.
never lost focus.
Nope, that's a big win there for him.
Pearson, Southeast Polk, AJ Braddock, Boone.
Coming up here,
Southeast Polk,
we got
Braddock,
Carter
Boone.
Pearson,
Now
number
wrestling
1
on mat
ranked,
number
taking
3,
on AJ Braddock out of Boone.
120.
Down on 3, Tyler Harper running a bar here on Landon Gottschalk. Scores 6-3 here, with a minute left here in the second. Weston Porter pulling off the win. That's a big win for him going into overtime there. Looks like Carter Pearson wasted no time. He was ahead. He's got cradle, got near falls. He's got plenty of time. Now he's going to hook that back leg too, and there's the fall. 30-second pin in the quarters. Carter Pearson, he wanted to make sure that he gets on the mat, off the mat as quick as he can. Over here on mat 6, we got Mitchell Pins of Dubuque Hempstead. He's taking on Cody Vandermark out of Ankeny Centennial.
Cody Vandermark, Ankeny Centennial.
Not to be outdone by little brother here. Vandermark wants to go.
Centennial now wrestling on mat number 6 at 120. Now wrestling on mat number 3, 126-pounders. Kofax Christensen, Joaquin Northwest, Carter Siebel of Pleasant Valley. Christensen of Joaquin Northwest.
Pins here with a 2-on-1.
Pleasant Valley now wrestling quarterfinals, 126, mat number 3.
Up here on mat 5, we got unranked Kendall Krutz taking on number 7, Isaac Wingle. Krutz in with a takedown. He gets 2 there, gets the escape.
Winky of Ames now wrestling on mat number 7 at 113. Wrestling on mat number 8 at 113. Ashton
The Ankeny Hawk now back in on a shot of his own.
Tyler Harper gets another takedown there, extending his lead 8-3 here in the third period over Landon Gottschalk, the freshman. Mitchell Pins controlling the center, walking him out of bounds. Mitchell Pins seems fired up here today. He's wrestling on all cylinders, it looks like, right now in this first minute.
Yeah, and back over on mat 3 after the crazy Indianola Centennial match. We got Kofax Christensen of Waukee Northwest, the senior. He'll take on Carter Siebel of Pleasant Valley. And down on mat 4, Landon Gottschalk, the Dubuque Hempstead freshman, finds himself down 8-4 here.
Kofax Christensen, 2-time state champion, heading to the University of Oklahoma next year. Over here on Gottschalk, still not saying die. He's still looking for something here.
And he's about to get it, it looks like.
He's wrestling hard here, and he's going to get a takedown here, reversal here. Might be too little too late, but he's still trying.
45 seconds to go in that match. Gottschalk, the freshman, never say die. He's down 9-6 right now, 30 seconds to go.
He might. Let's say he had a wrist there. I thought he was going to go Easton.
He's got to think about cutting him, and that's what he's going to do. He's got 25 seconds left. Ooh, and
Harper just answers right back.
Harper drops down to a single leg.
Gets the takedown.
Got to protect your legs when you're cutting a guy out front like that.
11-6 there. Ooh, then he takes over a big Turk. I think that woke up Tyler Harper a little bit.
He's going to ice it, it appears.
Yep. Time runs out there. Tyler Harper with the 13-6 win over the freshman Landon Gottschalk. I tell you what, though, man, you better look out for Landon Gottschalk here, I think, in a couple of years, the way he has wrestled Tyler Harper.
Yeah, young man that's got a bright future. Over on 7, another young man that looks like he could have a bright future, Braxton Winky, the freshman of Ames. He's got a 2-0 lead over Waukee Northwest Joey Cahill.
Takedown there on mat 6 for Vandermark out of Yankee Centennial. Now makes it 3-1 in favor of the Centennial Prep. Looking over here on mat 5, Kendall Crutz still tied up 4-4. Minute 45 left here in the second. He's coming in unranked, but, you know, who cares? Over on 4, we got Reed Foster taking on Drew Ayala of Fort Dodge and Bondurant Farrar. Foster out of Bondurant Farrar. Ayala out of Fort Dodge. Foster in on waterfall position. Ayala scooping the arm. Big return from Koufax Christensen. Hoof. That was a feed sack lift there.
So it's Ayala and Foster. Foster from Bondurant, Ayala, Fort Dodge.
Takedown there from Drew Ayala.
Nice high crotch to the left side. He cuts him.
Going into the third period here on mat 6. Mitchell Pins choosing bottom. He's down 3-0 against Vandermark out, Cody Vandermark out of Ankeny Centennial. Over here on mat 5, Wingle, though, comes up 9-4 with 44 seconds left here in the second. Takedown to back points. But it looks like Crutz, he's got a real tight ride in here. Big knee slide there. Ayala, big finish.
On behalf of the student athletes and their coaches, the Athletic Association.
And on mat 3, Colfax Christensen, he's getting back points.
Racking up tilt points here.
He's got a 2-on-1, then he goes straight into a high thigh. Looking to cast over.
Providing athletic trainers for the state wrestling tournament.
Big shuck back there by Ayala. Tell you what, man, Ayala has a pace that's wild. He just goes and goes and goes.
The Athletic Association salutes our athletic trainers.
Looking at that, looking at those rankings right now, Ayala 3, Foster 10. Coming up here, we're starting to roll into 120s. Carter Pearson with the fall early, so he's already done. Still waiting on Vandervelde out of Council Bluff. Abe Lincoln taking on Jake Knight out of Bettendorf. That'll be our next matchup here coming up on mat 6.
It looks like. And over on 5, Wignall of Ankeny, the freshman. I believe he's the coach's son. Good slide-by attempt there. He's got a 9-4 lead here.
Vandermark just putting a tough ride on Pins. 30 seconds left here in the third. Just doing a really tough job on top. Over here on mat 2, we got Garrett Evans wrestling Caleb Arao of Urbandale. Arao up 2-0. Minute left here in the second.
So it's Evans of, excuse me.
Goes to the sit. Nothing set in stone here yet. Evans looking to roll. Looks like Vandermark brothers, they're going to the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. Meeting up with next coming up here, Jake Knight, Bettendorf sophomore, and he's about to take on Jamison Vandervelde out of Council Bluff, Abe Lincoln. Ayala 5-1 lead right now. Here comes Jake Knight coming to the mat. Ayala out of Urbandale, he's up 4-0 on Garrett Evans out of Bettendorf.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 120. Alex Horniak, Waverly Shellrock, Matthew Williams, North Scott.
No good shot there by Reed Foster. Able to get to the legs of Drew Ayala of Fort Dodge. Ayala feeding him some hips there. He's got Foster extended a little bit. Breaks the lock and runs behind. He's going to get 2 takedown of his own. That's Drew Ayala of Fort Dodge.
Here we go.
And Jake Knight not wasting any time. He goes headlock. It gets rolled through.
Over on 3, another quarterfinal. We got Evan Bertine from Dubuque Hempstead, 8th seed. He's taking on TJ Kester out of Bettendorf, the top seed or 2 seed of this tournament. Or I'm sorry, 1 seed. Kester with a fireman's right away, looking for back points. Much of we just talked about going 5-0 for Hempstead in the backside. Tomorrow they might have all the guys in the backside the way this is rolling right now for them.
Nice throw by takedown for Jake Knight on mat 6. He leads Jamison Vandervelde. Another, oh wow, Knight's only a sophomore too.
Yeah, state champ last year. Took an overtime loss to Carter Pearson, the state duels, which was a banger all the way up until the overtime. And then
Pearson ended up pinning him in overtime.
Yeah, It was a body lock. And every time I look at it, I kept looking at it over and over again. It looked like Knight's arm was trapped in the body lock as soon as he went down and knew that he could not bridge out of it. So he got stuck there, and that kind of changed the dynamic of that duel, I think.
Now wrestling on mat number 1.
Jake Knight there, another takedown.
Reiner and Sodergruner on mat number 1 at 126.
Knight, though, want to go hip toss, finds it. He's not afraid to throw, man. Like, he is not afraid to throw.
Couple big throws early on.
He's looking for the fall. Kester on the other side here. He's up 5-0. 4-0 still for Evans. He looks like he needs some back points here. He's got a cradle. Nothing there. Oh, man. There's the takedown. He's going to go up 6-0. Ayala, another takedown there, 9-1. Evans rolls through, keeps moving.
And over on mat 3, Timothy Coaster, the junior from Bettendorf, he's going to get a pin over Evan Bratton, the junior from Dubuque Hempstead.
With 1 second left in the first.
Ayala racking up the scoreboard. Another takedown for him on the edge.
Wrestling on mat number 5, quarterfinals at 126.
Over here on 6, Jake Knight got rocking an 11-6 lead right now. Over on mat 5, we got Truman Folkers out of Ankeny. He's taking on Riker Graff out of Waverly Shellrock. 5-4, number 5 ranked versus number 4 ranked by IA Wrestles rankings. Over on 3, we got Over on 3, we got Connor Pfizer from Von Rand Farrar. He's taking on Tyler Lee of Cedar Rapids Prairie. Pfizer's a tough dude.
Now wrestling on mat number 5.
Knight with another takedown here, up 17-6. Over here on mat 5, Red Graff in on a shot, gets stuffed. Both back on their feet. Pfizer there with a 2. They're calling potentially dangerous. Over here, Ayala looking for the fall over Reed Foster. Gets the back points and the tech fall. Wait. Nope, just ran out of time. Gets 16 and 13 or 16-3 for Drew Ayala.
Up now on mat 3, Connor Pfizer, Bondurant for our senior. He's 32 and 3. He's taken on Tyler Lee of Prairie Cedar Rapids, another senior, and it's Pfizer off to a 2-0 lead early in the first period for the Bondurant for our Blue Jays.
Knight in on another shot, another takedown. 19 to 7.
And on mat 5, Truman Forkers, the junior from Ankeny, the Ankeny Hawks. He's taken on Riker Graff, another junior from Waverly Shell Rock. So we got the Go Hawks versus the Ankeny Hawks on mat 5. Scoreless after one period. Second period, Riker Graff of Waverly chooses bottom. Forkers of Ankeny with a good lift and return, and he goes claw on the right side. Another good mat return. But Riker Graff does a good job keeping his knees under him as he gets lifted back to the mat.
That's that drill, man.
Knees up and knees under you.
Bounce right back up.
Enabled him to pop right back up and get hip separation and get a 1-point escape.
At the end of the second here, Jake Knight tacking on a 21-8 lead right now. He wants to go back on their feet, start third period. Looking for that tech fall here. Meanwhile, we got not Chase Pfizer, we got Connor Pfizer out here on mat 3. Not to be confused with CP Pfizer, his older brother. Knight trying to go hip, trying to toss him here. Up 21-8. Then down here on mat 4, we got Nate Fish out of Linmar and Maximus Riggins out of Southeast Polk. Knight there with a takedown with the tech fall. Walk-off win there for him. Another big bonus points for Bettendorf. They are behind Southeast Polk right now by 6. So bonus points there. That can help them move on a little further. Down on 7 here. Evan Simpson up 3-0 over Drew Anderson of Lewis Central.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, constellation of 132.
Pfizer the big return.
Southeast Polk, Damian Clark, Capella. Chesaroga, Southeast Polk, Damian Clark, Capella. Now wrestling on mat number 1, constellation of 132. Now wrestling on mat 6, quarterfinals at 132. Chase Luna, Bettendorf, Kane Buttrick, Fort Dodge. Luna of Bettendorf, Buttrick of Fort Dodge. Now wrestling on mat 6.
And going into the third period here on mat 5, Riker Graff with a slight 1-0 advantage over Ankeny's Truman Forkers. Forkers chooses down to start the third period. Caution on Graff of Waverly Shell Rock. So we'll get a fresh start here.
Down on 4. Riggins up 2-0 here in the second period over Fish. Fish ranked 6th out of Linmar. Riggins ranked 3rd out of Southeast Polk.
So a top 6 matchup here, quarterfinal, Class 3A.
Pfizer looks like he's going to try and get back points here, looking for the fall. He wants to make it 2 years in a row, making the state semifinals.
And that match between Riggins and Fish looks like Riggins is going to earn an escape. So that'll put him up 3-0.
On 6 here, Jace Luna taking on Kane Buttrick out of Fort Dodge.
And back over to 5.
Ryder Graff trying to look for a takedown there.
Matt returned it.
Or Matt returned, yeah. So tied up 1-1.
Forkers earns the escape.
Pfizer with a big ankle pick, but almost gets put on his back there real quick. Finds his hip. Currently up 4-3 on Tyler Lee right now. They're going 2. They're saying 2 for Pfizer. Coach Ball from Cedar Rapids Prairie, he wants to have a chit-chat real quick just to make sure. Oh, nope. They're saying no takedown.
So we got a 1-point match on 3. We're tied up on mat 5.
Coach Wonderland, he wants to chit chat.
Johnston. Phillips of Council Bluffs, TJ. Thompson and Johnston now wrestling on mat 7 at 126. Now wrestling on mat number 8 at 126. Jack Foster, Xavier, Cedar Rapids, Cameron Bennett, Des Moines East.
Good shot over there on mat 5 by Riker. Good sprawl by Forkers. The Ankeny Hawk and the Go Hawk of Waverly Shell Rock going head to head here. Both forehead to forehead.
Riggins with a takedown there.
Snap for Forkers. Forehead to forehead again. Another snap by the Ankeny Hawk. Good fake by Riker Graff. And it looks like we're going overtime on mat 5. 1 minute overtime.
Who wants to hear more?
And a stall warning on the Ankeny Hawkeye. Another half shot there for Ankeny.
Riker Graff, he's going underhooks. Trying to punch that up.
Good sprawl by Riker Graff. He's going to go.
He wants to try going
run the corner. Clears out of it. Both men wrestling right in the center of the mat.
Jace Luna up 3-0 right now in the second period. He's up 11, with a minute 11 left here in the second. In the second. Over Kane Buttrick against Fort Dodge. Still nothing here on this overtime match. Both guys really trying to dig those underhooks. 5-3 over on mat 3 in the lead of Pfizer over Tyler Lee. Pfizer's digging here. He's trying to pop something off.
So no score after the first overtime on mat 5. Forkers gets his choice, and he's going to go underneath, straight to his feet, but a good mat return by Graff.
And Malik DeBow takes out Matt Tran out of Iowa City, or Malik DeBow takes out Matt Tran out of Iowa City over there on mat 2.
Forkers can't come into his feet for a 4th time here in this 30-second sudden tiebreaker.
Graff trying his best to return them. They go out of bounds.
Good action from both guys.
5 seconds left here on mat 3. Pfizer's going to hang on for the 5-3 to push himself in the semifinals tomorrow over Tyler Lee of Prairie. Riker, or Graff, he was hanging on there. Get with the right out. Now it's his choice.
Yeah, and if I'm the Ankeny Hawk there, I'm kicking and kicking and kicking instead of just sitting there. Short time there when the guy's got both my ankles.
Down on 4, Maximus Riggins building up a 9-2 lead here with 30 seconds left in the match. Luna, roll through situation here. Luna latching on top.
And it looks like Truman Forkers, the junior from Ankeny, isn't even going to attempt a ride out. He just wants to go straight to his feet. So Riker Graff has the 1-point advantage now, 2-1. Forkers needs a takedown, or he'll find himself on the backside.
Graff just meets him with a big old underhook, like he is punching towards the ceiling. He's trying to find a headlock here, or he's trying to find a head here. Graff circling. Time's about to run out. They go out of bounds. 7 seconds left here. Over here on mat 3, we got Carter Freeman out of Waukee Northwest. He's taking on Tyler Brennan out of Ankeny Centennial. Carter Freeman trying to go for his 4th state title. As time runs out, Riker Graff's going to hold on, and he's going to make it to the semifinals for the Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks.
Final score 2-1 there on mat 5.
Over here, back over here on mat 3. He's up. Carter Freeman up 2-1.
And Luna, Jace Luna of Bettendorf, the senior, extending his lead on mat 6. He's winning 7-4 now over Kane Buttrick.
On mat 4, we got Cale Seaton. Cale Seaton out of Iowa City High. He's taking on John King. Right away with a takedown in the escape. 2-1 in favor of Seaton. Seaton, a South Dakota State commit.
Senior, 31-1. Cale Seaton.
And Jace Luna with the win there in the quarters. He's moving on to the semis tomorrow. Seaton just dragging a whizzer by. Just hanging on there with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Down now on 6. Mat 6 coming up here. We got Jabari Henson versus Cody Trevino. Bettendorf coaches might as well just build a camp there on mat 6. They ain't going anywhere. They've had 3 matches in a row. Carter Freeman here getting some swipes up on mat 3 with 15 seconds left here in the third period, or in the first period. UNI commit Carter Freeman on his quest to become a 4-time state champion.
Quarterfinal 138, Jabari Henson.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man. If worst case scenario, you can just turn the volume down on those guys and log into YouTube and listen to us off to the side. Boom, Cale Seaton there, another big takedown. Really put a lot into that one. Over on 5, we got Perez out of Ankeny and Ryan Ryder. Perez has been wrestling lights out this tournament so far.
The junior from Centennial, Ankeny Centennial. He's in on a low single, right side low single.
Actually, it's regular Ankeny.
I think it's Centennial.
Nope, it's regular Ankeny.
Regular Ankeny it is.
Premium Ankeny.
The OG Ankeny.
Carter Freeman there with another rolling through there.
Those dang singlets, man. Last match we had a yellow singlet from Ankeny. Now we got a silver one. Throwing me off a little bit. I got to refocus myself.
We all got to get on the same board here. Looks like down here on mat 6, Cody Trevino wasted no time, getting up 5-0 on returning state finalist Jabari Henson out of Ames. Trevino riding tough here. He's trying to break his hips via half. Down here on 4, Seaton up 6-2 on Lee, or on King.
So right here in front of us on mat 6, like you said, Cody Trevino, the sophomore out of Bettendorf, looking to do all he can to help his team in the team race.
Henson doing a really good job of latching on, rolling through all of Trevino's attempts here.
And Henson looking to pass his leg. And we're going to run out of time in the first period. It'll be Trevino's choice. Trevino's going to go down with a 5-0 lead over Jabari Henson, the junior from Ames. Right side ride for Henson. He goes chop off the whistle. Now he's got a 2-on-1 as they go to their feet, and a good mat return by Henson. Standing switch for Trevino, but nothing there.
Carlisle's Ryan Ryder, he's up 1-0 on Perez here in the second period. Perez with a big upset yesterday. And there's the fall for Cale Seaton out of Iowa City High. He'll be moving on to the semifinals here. He seems to be rolling here pretty well. Meanwhile, down here on 6, Cody Trevino, the sophomore, he's up 6-0 still on Jabari Henson with a minute left here. Trying to find something going here. Carter Freeman on top is just rolling through tilts. Sometimes he gets them, sometimes he doesn't, but he just keeps rolling. There's an escape to an underhook.
Alex Bumba, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. Lockdeborn of Linmar, Bumba, Prairie, Cedar Rapids. Now wrestling on mat number 4, quarterfinals at 144.
So short time in the second period on mat 5. It's Ryan Ryder, the junior from Carlisle. He finds himself with a 1-0 lead over Perez of Ankeny.
Coming up here on mat 4, 144 pounds, we got top-ranked Kane Nakaborgan out of Linmar. He's taking on Alex Bumba out of Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Lomas, Waterloo East, Young of Indianola, now wrestling on mat number 7.
So Nakaborgan looks, he's got a knee taped up, he's got a shoulder taped up.
Bring it on, right?
Yep. Over here on 8, we got Mitchell Murphy out of Dubuque Hempstead taking on Caden Irvin out of Pleasant Valley, another district rematch from Saturday. Murphy walked out the district champion.
Now wrestling on mat number 3, quarterfinals at 138.
So Hinson chooses down on mat 6 to start the third period. He finds himself in a little bit of a hole, 6-0. He does have a stall warning on Trevino.
Quarterfinals at 138.
He gets to his feet, and Trevino's going to cut him away. So it's 6-1 here, minute 40 to go in the third period. You said he was a returning state finalist?
Yes, last year at 120 pounds. Put a little weight on over the summer, probably found a weight room.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Also, we got to remember, too, a lot of these guys are, 15, 16 years old. All of a sudden,
they're still trying to grow.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they do grow. And I this year I've had to talk to a lot of wrestlers about this, and you know what, man? Puberty does not care how much weight you want to cut or what weight you want to go. If it's time to change, it's time to change. Nakaborgan with the fall here in 1 minute. Gets a cradle there.
Well, and I think that's something, too, that maybe high schoolers have gotten away from a little bit, is cutting all that weight.
Yeah.
A lot more kids seem to be focused on just getting better at wrestling, right, and enjoying the sport. Sometimes you're cutting out meals or having to get all those extra runs or workouts in, and it takes away from the love of the sport. So
yeah, it makes things real difficult here.
Jabari Henson, he's got working his way back into it. He's got a takedown. And he is firing on all cylinders. He still needs 2 more takedowns or a takedown to his back. He's got some work to do. 30 seconds to go here.
He's putting the pedal to the metal here, getting ready to roll.
He needs to go 2 in a row if he can. 2, 3 shots in a row. One's not going to do it. And I missed what happened over on 5. So he gets the stall. He needs 1 takedown here.
Looks like
he's going over under 7 seconds. Goes lat drop, ends up on his back. Not good for Hinson. He's going to drop one to Trevino.
Big win for the sophomore out of Bettendorf over returning state finalist Jabari Hinson. Hinson will move on to the blood round tomorrow, where Trevino will sit Saturday. Murphy, where they're working for a fall, no back, or gets himself a set of back points there.
Down here on mat 4, we've got Mason Lucas of Carlisle and Jakari Clark of Valley West Des Moines.
Jakari Clark, another top-ranked guy that's coming into this tournament, getting upset yesterday. Let's see what his record is.
No, I think he's on the front side, Worm.
Oh, yeah, no, this is quarterfinal. My bad.
You're good. That's why we're here for each other.
Takedown there for Jakari Clark. Over here on mat 6, we got Joe Hirsch out of West Dubuque. He's taking on Ben Hansen of Ankeny.
Now wrestling on mat number 6.
This should be a 5-4 meeting, I believe.
Joe Hirsch, Western Dubuque. Ben Hansen,
yeah,
Ankeny.
Joe Hirsch ranked 6th. Ben Hansen taking 6th. And Hansen works right away on a takedown here. Minute 30 left here in the first. Jakari Clark still up 2-0 with the escape. Mason Lucas out of Carlisle up or down 2-1.
And I'm watching down here on mat 2, my little buddy Zeb Fitzgerald. He's deadlocked 1-1. 40 seconds to go here in the third period against Linmar.
Jakari Clark, looks like another takedown there, pushing it 4-1. Over here on 6, Hansen gets all 3 back points. Well, they didn't give it to him. Or did they give it to him?
Over on mat 3, Zane Barons, Waverly Shellrock, Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge.
He's had a year so far, man.
7-2 lead over Barons.
Davison knocked off Carter Freeman here earlier in the year. So he's still one of those guys that can keep this thing going. I'm starting to think it's wild too. Ooh, big high crotch there. Gets stuffed though by Barons. But Davison doing a really good job getting behind him here with the 2. Tell you what, man, these weight classes, I mean, any one of these guys want to win a Florida State title, man, they're going to have to earn it in every aspect, especially at 138 pounds. Over here on 8, Mitchell Murphy still up 5-1. On 5, Hansen working towards a fall. Big win there for Dowling Catholic. 3-1. That got Jimmy all fired up. Zeb Fitzgerald with the win.
I'm fired up. Overtime victory for Zeb. That kid's worked his butt off this year, and he's improved so much over the last couple of years. And I said it earlier too. He's a great wrestler, but he's an even better kid.
You gotta love those kids, man. You can be a great wrestler, but if you don't have the character, it doesn't really matter.
Super proud of that kid.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, constellation of 1.
Mitchell Murphy up 9-1 right now. Third period.
Harn of Bettendorf. Doyle of Iowa City West now wrestling on mat 2, constellation of 144.
Down on mat 6 here, we got Joe Hirsch of Western Dubuque. He's taking on Ben Hansen, the senior out of Ankeny. Hansen with a commanding lead, 9-1. And then over there on mat 5, Cale Kurtz, the senior out of Iowa City, City High. He's taking on Will Overbulking, Southeast Polk. It's Kurtz with a 3-0 lead over Oberbrockling.
Oberbrockling is a little shoving action there on mat 8.
A little bit of frustration going on down there.
We don't need shoving. Meanwhile, on mat 4, we got Jakari Clark up 7-1. Smooth transition.
Yes, sir. Coy Davidson of Fort Dodge getting the 11-4 victory on mat 3.
Over here on 6 still, Hansen up 9-1 on Joe Hirsch.
The senior Hawk looking to control. Good outside single.
Cale Kurtz up 3-0.
And a nice bar scar finish for Ben Hansen of Ankeny. He goes right into a bottom leg Turk, textbook for Hansen of Ankeny.
Quarterfinals at 144. Maximus DeVolt of Ankeny Centennial. Elijah Blewett of Indianola. DeVolt, Ankeny Centennial. Blewett, Indianola. Now wrestling on mat number 3.
Little blood time here on mat 4. Over here on 2, we got Duncan Harn and Braden Doyle. Harn had a really nice pin here on the backside earlier this afternoon. Man, This time, man, is, you know, we're rolling here. It's already almost 4 o'clock.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Heck yeah, brother. But we're at about 150, or we're at about halfway through the weight classes right now. These guys are all scrapping. We got to keep this thing rolling fast. Over here on 8, we got Danny Peters out of Clinton taking on Sebastian Soto out of Carlisle. Jakari Clark in on another shot. This kid can shoot, man.
Yeah, he's lightning quick, too. He's about as entertaining as they get. The West Des Moines Valley Tiger. And he leads now 9-2 late in the third period. He throws a bootin' on the left side. He's going high thigh. But Carlisle, Mason Lucas, the junior, still fighting hard.
Get the one there.
And Clark right back in on his legs, looking to blast through on a double leg.
Oh, going
high hips. Sometimes that doesn't work, and that's exactly what happens.
But hey, you gotta try it.
Yeah, down 9-3. You got to try something.
Over on 2 here, Harn is up 4-3 in the second period.
Duncan Harn, the junior out of Bettendorf, and Braden Doyle, the senior from Iowa City West, going at it on mat 2.
Yeah, keep these boys rolling for Bettendorf if they want any sort of claim of the team race.
Speaking of team race, Cale Kurtz, the senior from Iowa City, looks like he's going to prevent Southeast Polk's Oberbrockling from moving on here.
Big win there for him, Cale Kurtz.
Down on mat 6, Braylon Griffiths, the senior, 43-1 from Ottumwa. He's wrestling Lucas Brule, another senior, also with 1 loss from Ankeny Centennial, and it's Brule, the head in the hole, drops down to a single leg, and he finishes easy on the edge of the mat. 2-0 lead for Centennial's Lucas Brule here at 150 pounds, Class 3A.
Over on 5, we got Waverly Shell Rock's Baz Diaz taking on Caden Leonard out of Johnston.
Diaz with a 26-2 record. Leonard, the Johnston Dragon, 19-1 on the year. 2 juniors squaring up, going head-to-head there on mat 5.
Diaz ranked 2nd. Caden Leonard ranked 7th. Down here on 6, Lucas Brule ranked number 1.
Potentially dangerous call.
He's currently up 2-0 on Ottumwa's Braylon Griffiths, ranked 6th. He looks like a well put together kid there too. Here we go on mat 4. Jakari Clark, man, he's got some stuff, man. Be interesting to see how him and Nackaborgan scrap out here.
Good snaps from Clark. Good high crotch from Lucas of Carlisle, but
however,
long, lanky Jakari Clark gets his hips back, makes it tough for him to finish.
However, number 2 ranked Maxis DeBolt might have something to say about that. He's up 3-1 here on mat 3. Just about done here in the second period. Taking on Elijah Blewett out of Indianola. Still scoreless here on mat 8 between Danny Peters and Sebastian Soto of Carlisle.
Now wrestling on mat number 4 at 150.
Now down on 7, we got Jake Mitchell from City High. He's taking on Caden Mayfield of Dallas Center Grimes.
Good reshot there on mat 6 for Lucas Brule.
Now wrestling at 100.
Sorry, Grant Boddicker down on mat 7. He'll be taking on T.R. Putz out of Pella.
And right here in front of us, we've got Logan Trainery, Southeast Polk Jr., taking on Justin Avila, another junior from Iowa City West, and Avila's wasting no time here.
Avila ranked 4th.
Going 3/4 Nelson, but nothing there.
Chineri ranked 5.
So 4 versus 5 on mat 4 here. And over on mat 3, Maximus DeVolt, Elijah Blewett, 2 freshmen letting it fly over there.
Right now, going on 2, Duncan Harm.
Oh, he goes cow catcher straight to chin whip.
Boom.
For Maximus DeVolt. And that is tight.
There's the fall.
Centennial's going to pick up bonus points.
They are loud here. Overtime match here on 2. We got Duncan Harns taking on Braden Doyle. Harns going leg pass. Another fall.
On mat 8.
Savoto from Carlisle, he gets the fall.
Over Danny Peters of Clinton. And he's fired up.
Avila up 7-1 though right now. He's wrestling pretty solid so far here. Now coming up on mat 3, we got number 3 ranked Nolan Fellers. He's taking on Jake Pontier out of Indianola. He's ranked 9th. Feller's one of those cats that, you know, he can drop anyone on a dime with a headlock and makes it look good. Greco All-American a couple times over.
Now wrestling on mat number 8.
Remember that match?
Casey Kelly, Cedar Rapids.
Looks like over on mat 2, Duncan Harn gets the takedown over Braden Doyle. As Duncan Harn rolling through this tournament here on the backside. Over here on 7, Grant Bonaker out of Linmar. He's up 2-0 over TR Putz. He might be looking for the fall here. He's still cranking. He's looking. He's got some time left on the clock. He's got about 15 seconds. He might just need to readjust. That's tight. He's got to settle back in a little bit more. Now as he goes to readjust, nothing there. Over here, Fellers ranked 3rd, the sophomore out of Bondurant Farrar. Check. Does fakes there. Over here on 6.
We're rolling around.
But we're about, corners are getting cut, but man, they're still rolling.
Good action from both guys. Braylon Griffiths, good hips.
Avila finding his way still on top, get himself set back points here. He's pulling ahead here a little bit.
But Tierney answers right back with a fireman's.
With back
he's
points.
Getting back points.
Man, these guys can wrestle.
Yeah, it's entertaining stuff.
Feller's looking to sit. He's trying to get a cradle here. He finds it. He's going to walk it towards the head.
That's Nolan Fellers. He's got his 2, and he's got a near side cradle locked up.
Oh, man, Tierney putting Avila back on his back.
Wow. Back and forth on mat 4.
Got a minute left here in the second period. Avila doing a really good job bridging, but Tierney, he's finding himself. He can get the fall here. He's got it. Wow.
Good job. Good flexibility from Avila. And he's going to come out on top, actually.
Man.
And on mat 6,
you
Lucas
can tell that
Bruhl is going to move on to the semifinals.
You can tell that took it out of Avila to get back on top. He's trying to catch himself here real quick. But Janiri now, might be putting himself in, putting Avila in danger. Gets the 2 here. Now it's 11-9. Or 13-9 here with 10 seconds left to go. Over here on 6, Jackson Miller out of Carlisle taking on Jack Lewis Bondurant. Over on 3, Noah Fellers, he's still up 3-0. Over on 5, we got Caden Leonard, Baz Diaz. Diaz up 2-1 here.
And still on mat 4, Tierney Trineri and Avila kind of rolling all over. Minute left to go in this match. 13-9 lead for Logan Trineri of Southeast Polk, the junior, taking on Justin Avila, also a junior from Iowa City West.
Feller's in on a shot. Goes body lock.
Trying to step in front there.
There's two.
He's going to get the 2 takedown on the edge of the mat.
Go 5-0 here
Over
for
Jake
Fellers.
Pontier of Indianola. So fresh start here, 45 seconds to go in the second period. Pontier will go down. And then over on 5, Baz Diaz, Caden Leonard in a close one. Leonard down 3-1. Short time in the third period. He's got to go quick. Fakes by Diaz, fakes by Leonard. Nothing doing. Baz Diaz, Waverly Shellrock, Go Hawk. He's going to move on to the semifinals.
Man. Tell you what, man, Tierney fought through a real big first period here. Second period was just a banger going back and forth. He's going to walk away here with a 15-9 upset over Avila.
Now wrestling on mat number 5 at 157.
Meanwhile, on mat 3, Feller's still just doing a workmanlike job on top, looking for back points here, pulling him over. They're out of time here going into the third.
Down on 6, we got Jack Lewis, the senior from Bondurant. He's taking on Jackson Miller, a sophomore from Carlisle. We're scoreless here after the first period on mat 6.
Over on 5, we got Cale Voinovich, the senior out of Iowa City High. He's taking on Isaac Broll of Ankeny Centennial. Voinovich, Oklahoma State champ last year. Moved up here with his family when his brother transferred to the University of Iowa. He committed to the university as well. So far, I think he's only got 1 loss in the year, and that was at the Donnybrook. 38-1, up 4-1 here. Over on 3, Feller still up 5-0. Ooh, real nice peek out there. That was textbook. Hopefully someone got a still frame of that one. That was nice.
And it's Jackson Miller of Carlisle.
He's
with
up
the
1-0.
arm drag, single leg takedown
3-0.
and finish. So escape for Miller. Right back in on the legs and a takedown. He leads 3-0, and Jack Lewis of Bondurant Farrar getting some attention.
Over here at mat 4, we got Grant Kress taking on Nolan Riddle out of Fort Madison. Kress, South Dakota State signee, returning state finalist from last year. He's had a pretty good year so far, I believe undefeated on the year. 1 loss. And he is taking on Nolan Riddle out of Fort Madison in a waterfall position here. There's the 2 for Kress. Feller's hanging on here with a 10-0 lead. He's going to be going to the semifinals here. 15 seconds left, and he can hold a good ride here. 10 seconds left here for Nolan Fellers. Of course, right as I say that, gives up the takedown. Hangs on to win 10-2 as he moves on to tomorrow afternoon semifinal.
Now wrestling on mat 3 at 157 pounds, Savion Anderson, Marshalltown, Abe Bashong, Southeast Polk. Bashong, Southeast Polk.
Abe Bashong out of Southeast Polk. He'll be taking on Xavion Anderson out of Marshalltown. in the this quarterfinal 157-pound match.
The Bobcat versus the Ram.
8-4 over on mat 5 for Vojnovic. Another takedown, 10-4. Jackson Miller 3-1. Still 2-0, just to end the second period here. Over on mat 4, we got Garrett Kress. He's still up 2-1 here with about 4 seconds left here in the third, or in the first. Down on 7, Bodlicker and Putz. They've been going back and forth here with blood time. They're still rolling here, 7-2. Takedown there late by Jack Lewis, 4-3. He's pulling with a minute 45 left here. You just hear that big rush from the crowd from Bondurant. Jax Miller, though, he's going to start rolling. He wants to start creating some big action here. Vojnovic up 12-5 right now. He's starting to roll here. Meanwhile, Abe Bashang up 2-0 right now over Xavier Anderson. Going east until he finds it. There's a set of back points there.
And down on 6, we got a battle of the hips. It's Carlisle and Bondurant. Switch after switch. It's knotted at 5 here in the third period. Takedown wins it.
Bashang looking for the fall here up on mat 3.
And down on mat 4, Grant Kress, the senior from Lynn Mar, extending his lead. He's up 4-1 now.
Vojnovic up 14-6 right now here.
Making it look easy over on mat 5.
And over on 6, all tied up. We're in 48 seconds. Jackson Miller in a shot, gets the takedown, puts the legs in.
And down on 6, Jackson Miller, the sophomore Carlisle. Nice single leg, ran the pipe to finish. He leads 7-5 now late in the third period. And he's got both legs in, and he's got Jack Lewis flat on the mat.
Over here on mat 2, Sincere Clark. He is wrestling AJ Potnier. There's a takedown.
And there it is. Jackson Miller from Carlisle move on to the semifinals with the...
Kudos Jack Lewis, though. He kept that match interesting the entire time.
Yeah, that was a good match for both guys.
Over on 3, Bashang racking up another set of back points. But as I'm saying that, Anderson goes Peterson. I don't know if he gets the reversal. Kind of a weird position there. Marshtown coach wants to confirm whether or not there was a reversal or not. Over on mat 8, we got Dawson Fish and Cade Johnson out of Spencer in the consolation round of 3. See, rolling on here. Let's see. Look at Vojnovic up 17-7. And then coming up here on mat 6, Jacob Helgeson out of Johnston taking on Ari Eltz out of Ankeny Centennial.
Another CIML matchup at 165 pounds here for Class 3A.
Another takedown for Vojnovic, making it 19-7. You're right, he is making this look easy. Kress here up 4-1 here, about 18 seconds left. I think he's or minute 14 left, sorry. There's one on Anderson in on a shot, it's 5-2, or 5-1. Minute left here in the second period here on mat 3. Over on mat 8, Dawson Fish looking to do a go behind here on Johnson. Gets to the leg, looking to cut the corner, get it on his toes. Victor Voinovich, or Kale Voinovich walking off with a 19-7 win there, putting him in the state semis tomorrow night.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 165 pounds, Logan Bruxfort, Pella.
Over on mat 8. Go, wow, big ankle pass there by Fish.
Pella now wrestling on mat number 1 at 165. Now wrestling on mat number 5 at
Hooks the bottom, you need to hook the bottom leg here.
Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Ethan Nibbler, Waverly Shellrock, Nibbler, Waverly Shellrock.
Fish
Cedar Rapids Kennedy now
gets the 2. Down on 6. We got Jacob Helgerson. He's up 5-0, the 1 seed in this tournament, undefeated on the year. Down on 7, Tegan Pfeiffer out of Ankeny tied up here 2-2 with Dominic Tigner out of Norwalk. 50 seconds left here.
Number 4 at 165 pounds. Kate Carver, Urbandale, Jordan Ryle, Bondurant Farrar. Ryle, Bondurant Farrar, Carver.
Boom, Dawson Fish, big mat return there to end out the period. Back to Pfeiffer back to Pfeiffer and Tigner. 2-2 here, 27 seconds left. Oh, down on mat 7. Both guys rolling here. Pfeiffer in on a shot, nothing there. Gets met by Tigner's shoulders. Helgerson with a cradle, looking for the fall. Over on 5, Colin Falk out of Cedar Rapids Kennedy. He's taking on Ethan Bebler out of Waverly Shellrock. Still scoreless here, still tied up 2s here in the third period, going in the third period on mat 7. Over on mat 8, Fish still hanging on, but Johnson looking to try hitting a switch here. Now he's trying to maybe hook cradle. Plenty of time wrestling here. Fish doing a really good job. He's going square hips, keeping himself tough on top. Over on 2, Sincere Clark. He's up 3-1 with 15 seconds left in the second period. Bashong looks like he's got cramp in his knee. They're trying to stretch that out. Over on 2, Pfeiffer starts on top. Doing a real tough job riding here. Over on 2, or over on 5, it looks like Bebler with a takedown here at the end of the first period over Colin Falk. Helgerson with a 17-0 tech fall, moving on to the semifinals over Ankeny Centennials. Ari Eltz. That was a tough one there. He's tough, man, for being a junior, man. Look out for him.
Down on mat 2, we're Sincere Clark with the 3-2 lead over Pontier of Indianola. He's wrestling tough here after losing that first round match.
Over on 8 still. Fish holding a 3-2 lead going into 7 seconds left here in the second. Johnson trying to peek out here. 30 seconds left here in the mat 7. Tigner in the Tigner Pfeiffer match. 2-2.
Please come to the head table. The Lidmar Athletic Trainer. Please come to the head table.
And down here on mat 4, Gabe Carver, the senior from Urbandale, the Jayhawk, taking on Jordan Ryle, a junior from Bondurant Farrar.
Selling at the end of this session. The session ends. Merchandise will stop being
Sincere Clark coming back with that takedown there, 5-2.
Down here on mat 6, Maximus Magana, the senior out of Waterloo East. He'll take on
Nick Van Arkel.
Van Arkel from West Des Moines Valley.
On 7 here, we're in overtime. Tied up at 2s. Looks like Tigner from behind. He needs to get off to the side with a big lift. There it is. There's the takedown. Tigner will take that match 4-2 in overtime.
Coaches are fired up about that one. So Tigner beats Pfeiffer from Ankeny 4-2 in overtime.
Over here on mat 2, AJ Potner down 5-3, pushing the pace here on Sincere Clark. 15 seconds. But at the same time, he's kind of just hand fighting. You need to go after some actual attacks here. Over on mat 8, Dawson Fish doing a really good job with the reversal there, getting up 5-3. But Johnson, on Spencer, he's trying to roll him through. "20 seconds here for Dawson Fish. He's going to roll through that. Hanging on here. You know, you're talking about that Dowling kid that you're super proud of. Dawson Fish is probably the same way, you know. Just one of those kids that just does everything right. He's probably one of the nice kids. Sometimes we always joke around. He might be too nice for his own good, especially if he wants to be a wrestler, but just a great kid, so you like seeing him move on. He's moving on to the blood round tomorrow.
Over on 5, we got Colin Falk, the senior from Cedar Rapids Kennedy. He's taking on Ethan Bibler out of Waverly Shell Rock. And next to them on 6, Maximus Magina, scoring his first takedown here in the quarterfinal round. 175-pound Class 3A bout.
On mat 3, we got Lincoln Jip up 2-0 on Wesley Anderson. And 30 seconds left here in the first. And over here on 4, got a real close one here in the third period. Gabe Carver up 3-2 over Jordan Ryle, Bondurant. 15 seconds.
Good shot by
minute
Ryle.
13.
Good reshot by Carver. Right on the edge of the mat. Carver needs to circle inbounds.
That'd be a college stall.
But Bondurant's Ryle shooting him off. They go back to the center. Minute left in the third. Anyone's match here.
Magana just looking mean on top. Pulls back the back points.
He looks strong, too.
Yeah.
Making it look easy. Jumps off, gets the half Nelson.
Big half here. Wants to go Saturday night. Nope, not quite yet. End of the first period. Does get 3 points out of here. Over on 1, we got Drew Birds out of West Dubuque. He's taking on Wrigley Koch out of Cedar Rapids Prairie. They've met this year. I think Birds came out on top of that match. Down here on mat 4, there's a stall call, but might be too little too late. You rarely see a ref throw a second stall call in under 10. He just answers back and saves himself there. Down on 5, it looks like Baz Diaz, or Ethan Bibler, will take the match from Colin Falk 4-2 as the Cougar falls onto the blood round tomorrow morning. Lincoln Jip right now up 2-1 over Wesley Anderson and Waukee. Minute left here in the second.
Yeah, and we're moving right along here, up to 175 pounds, the Class 3A. quarterfinal round. A lot of good action here.
Now
A lot
wrestling
of close matches.
Yeah, Drew Birds over here, still scoreless over Wrigley Coke, 1-0.
We got another match starting here on mat 5. Braden Blackerby, the senior out of Johnston. He will take on Carlisle's Asa Hempstead. Blackerby 29-3, Hempstead 39-3. Senior versus junior on mat 5.
Magania up 11-0 here. 46 seconds left.
And I think you mentioned it, Worm, but Carlisle, they're coming on strong here the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're building, man. I mean, I have to think, or someone probably that we know would say it's because of him, but I'm not going to give John Paul Williams any credit on the help of Carlisle Wrestling at all.
Good old wise owl, JP.
He's about to do some officiating here tomorrow, but there's building some good wrestlers down Carlisle, but just in general here in the Des Moines area, man, like pretty much all these schools have at least one or two solid wrestlers, if not more. Now these teams are starting to build up to where you're getting guys that are just absolute dogs and building teams off them, like Carlisle, obviously Southeast Polk, obviously Indianola, Ankeny Premium, and Ankeny Centennial. 1-0 score Birds here on mat 1 on Wrigley Coke.
Yeah, and over on mat 5, a couple duck under attempts for Blackerby. They've been fended off by Hempstead, but third time's a charm. He scores a duck under takedown.
Hempstead running in a big old double there, gets
and then
that.
Hempstead with the escape and a takedown of his own. So he's going to lead now 3-2.
Magania with the tech fall. Oh, he's got the tech locked up, but might as well get the pin while we're at it. He gets the pin. Solid wrestling there.
That's Maximus Magina. The senior extends his record to 43-0 on the year, chasing 4 state titles.
Over here on 7, we got Wyatt Vilsick out of Prairie. He's taking on Parker Herzog out of Lincoln, or Abe Lincoln. Visick up 10-0 here, 3 minutes or 40 seconds left here in the third period.
And down on 2, Zach Streeter, another Carlisle Wildcat, taking on Gabe Rubino, Waukee Northwest. So a freshman there for Waukee Northwest, wrestling a tough weight class, 165.
Drew Bird's putting in a workmanlike job on top here over on mat 1. He's up 3-0. He's looking for a big half. That thing's got to hurt. Wow.
Down on mat 6.
He's ripping arms here. He's looking for a fall. They run out of time.
It's Brent Slade for the Southeast Polk Rams. Up early 2-1 against Colby Gibbons of Johnston.
Ranked number 1 in the state. Current 1 seed in the tournament.
Slade?
Yes.
And over on mat 5, we got a close match going into the second period. Blackerby and Hempstead. Johnston's Blackerby leading slightly 5-4 over Hempstead of Carlisle.
Slade in on the leg.
Coaches are calling for 2 on mat 5. But Blackerby still locked around the crotch.
There's the reversal there.
And he's going to get the reversal. So he leads 7-4 now, Blackerby.
Over on mat 7, looks like Valsic out of Prairie. He's going to take that one 10-2 over Parker Herzog out of Lincoln. Coming down the pipe here, Braxton Westendorf out of Waverly. He's wrestling Demarion Ross right now out of Fort Dodge. Ross ranks second in the tournament right now. He's up 1-0. Meanwhile, down on 4.
It's Jackson Winky, the junior from Ames.
He's down 5-1 on Dax Klatt out of Indianola.
Klatt with a pretty good lead here. 30 seconds to go in the second period. But Winky with an escape.
Now wrestling on mat number 7 at 175.
Good shot by Winky. Gets caught underneath. He's going dresser dump. Now he switches off to a single leg.
Big lift. Sits him down gently.
They run out of time there on mat 4.
Time runs out there on mat 2. Over on 1, Drew Bird's up 7-1 here with 23 seconds left here in the third. With this win, the Bobcats will have 3 in the blood round tomorrow. Over on 4, takedown there by Glad again, extending the lead 7-1. He is putting him on him. Nice win there, Drew Bird's out of West Dubuque. He'll be sitting in the semis tomorrow, or blood round tomorrow. So we're approaching 175 pounds on a lot of the weights, 2A, those consolation matches were rolling pretty heavy, so we had to start flooding matches out. But everyone right now has been
neck and neck.
So all of our weight classes are still pretty locked in. So we're going to keep rolling on this format, I believe. There's no reason not to. Down here on 2, Ryan Frankie taking on
Antonio Loving
out of Southeast Polk. On 1, Scranton taking on David Thyssen out of West Dubuque. Scranton with a big pin there in the last round. Meanwhile, over on mat 3, we got
that's what I was looking at, Worm.
Westendorf up 3-2 on Demarion Ross with 1:38 left here.
Yeah, they got in a kind of a wild scramble to start off the match. Braxton Westendorf and Demarion Ross. And Westendorf has Ross's leg way up in the air, trying to finish on the edge. No change there. They'll go back to center. Ross will start on bottom, the senior from Fort Dodge. Up against another senior from Waverly.
Andy Frank here.
And over on 5, Blackerby and Hempstead.
But Hempstead with the takedown goes up 8-7 over Blackerby.
Carlisle's going wild.
Those got coaching staff, they're fired up. Blackerby, good win for the Wildcats at Carlisle. Over on mat 1, Kyler Scranton up 2-0 from Iowa City West. Big takedown there by Slade. Slade catches the back.
And
up
down
19-6.
Dax Klatt of Indianola is going to get a victory over Jackson Winky of Ames.
Down on 2 here. Start of the second period. Frank chooses bottom. Gets the escape over Antonio Loving. Down here on mat 4, Braden Kester is taking on Jackson Van Clay of Pella. Braden Kester, a sophomore, the big little brother of TJ Kester. He came in as a freshman last year, or this year at 190. He's a big dude. Scranton up 4-0 right now for City West. Meanwhile, on mat 6, we got Denari Nickel, 190 pounds. He's going to be taking on Isaac Thatcher out of Fort Madison. Nickel's been a lot of fun to watch, too. He's one of those guys that you don't, he's just explosive. He can move. He's got crazy hips. Now, mat 1, Kyler Scranton with the fall.
Mickle and Gamble down on 6. Excuse me, Mickle and Thatcher. Shot there by Denari Mickle on the edge. Isaac Thatcher fends it off well. And then Thatcher with a shot of his own, but doesn't get too close to the legs.
Over here on mat 3, tied up overtime.
We got a barn burner in the making on mat 3.
Ross, half shot. Westendorf leads with an underhook. Over on 2 here. Third period, Frank down 1, now 2. He's going to get a takedown here. He can shoot on a dime. He just needs to commit to the shot. Speaking of, Westendorf taking a shot. Ross catches his leg, looking to cut the corner. There's 2 for Demarion Ross. He is in the semifinals tomorrow. Senior out of Fort Dodge.
Down here on mat 6, Denari Mickle with a good takedown attempt. Thatcher pulls him up into 2 double unders. They go back to center for a fresh start.
Over on 5, here comes Drayshawn Ross. He's going to be taking on Cedar Rapids Xavier's Nagma. Gomez.
Xavier, Ross, Fort Dodge, now wrestling on mat 3 at 2:15.
At 2:15 here. So we're rolling right through it. So over here on 2, it's a 4-3 match, 36 seconds left for the... Frank takes a shot, doesn't get it, gets up the 2 here. Whistle blows here on mat 3, 30 seconds, still scoreless. Drayshawn Ross in on the shot, big double leg.
Wow, making it look easy.
This kid's only a sophomore.
Crazy.
That's the scary thing about it, is he is so athletic. I haven't seen a kid this athletic. I mean, people are, we're still really high on Ben Keeter, but I don't know, man. I think Drayshawn is maybe even a step above him when it comes to just pure athleticism. Drayshawn is, you said, he's making it look easy right now.
Doing a good switch down there on mat 6. Denari Mickle all but had the takedown. And right at the last second, Isaac Thatcher with a standing switch. They scramble out of it. And then down on 5, Abe Parker, Joaquin Northwest. He's going against Kane Tigges of Urbandale. So the Jayhawks with the chance to put 2 in the semifinals here late in the afternoon in this 3A round.
Now, Braden Kester up 3-0 right now over Jackson Van Clay, Pella. 17 seconds left here in the second. Another big shot there. Mickle in on the shot of his own. They go out of bounds. Kester.
Is that a double stalling there?
Perhaps.
That'd be the first of the tournament if we saw that. Really, it seems like Denari Mickle has been the aggressor most all of this match. And there he goes into a snap down again. Now he's front head and arm, but just hasn't had an answer for Thatcher of Fort Madison.
Over on mat 3, going into the second period, Drayshawn Ross up 9-2.
So it's Denari Mickle
Up 2-0.
with that stall call and an escape. He's up 2-0. Thatcher will start on bottom in the third, but not after some blood time to be taken. Over on mat 4, Jackson Van Clay of Pella, the senior. He's in the white singlet, taking on Braden Coaster of Bettendorf, a freshman. So we got a freshman and a senior, 190 pounds.
Drayshawn Ross, another shot there. Real clear. There's a takedown. Up 11-3.
We were talking about AC Roller earlier. I thought he was a 3A kid, but it looks like he's going to be a 1A guy for later tonight.
That's it.
AC Roller, quite the name. We love it. We love it. Over on 5, 20 seconds to go in the third period. We're tied up 1-1. And on 3, right next door, Drayson Ross, the sophomore.
There's the fall.
Getting the pin. He moves into the semifinal.
Over on 4 here. The freshman, Braden Kester. He's going to roll into the semifinals here as a freshman with a 6-2 lead going into the third, close it out. Big win for the freshman.
Out of Bettendorf.
Yep. I'm kind of after seeing what's going on here. I'm kind of curious to see him and Mickle go at it tomorrow afternoon. Those two bulls will be in a china closet.
You bet. 2 young bulls.
Down on mat 3, we got Holden Hansen taking on Mitchell Grider out of Ankeny Centennial.
Don't look now, Worm, but we got another overtime match on 5.
We love a good overtime. Oh, ooh. There's a small ankle pick.
Going to reshot.
Just motion.
So it was
down on
Tigas of Urbandale with a good ankle pick. Right as we thought he was going to get taken down, Abe Parker gets his legs back and has a nice reshot of his own. They go out of bounds. 20 seconds to go. Check that. 5 seconds to go in overtime.
Over on 4, we got
wow.
Evan Frank out of Muscatine. He's taking on...
And the Jayhawk from Urbandale, he's going to get the takedown in overtime.
Big win for Urbandale.
Kane Tigas, the junior.
Denari Mickle picking up the 2-0 win there.
Good sportsmanship out of those guys on mat 5.
A lot of respect there.
And a hard-fought 3-0 victory for Denari Mickle, the sophomore out of Ames.
So down here on 4, we got Evan Frankie of Muscatine. He's taking on Andrew Price of Valley West Des Moines.
Another 2:15 quarterfinal. Mitch Grider, the junior from Ankeny Centennial. He'll wrestle Holden Hansen of Southeast Polk. These two have probably seen each other a time or two this year. Good snaps from Grider.
Now wrestling on mat number 6 at heavyweight, Caden Weatherell, Waverly Shellrock, Nick Darling Johnston, Weatherell, Waverly Shellrock. Now wrestling at heavyweight on mat number 6.
Keep rolling here in the quarterfinals. We got heavyweights out here, out on mat 6. So we definitely have some matches going here. Andrew Price in on a high crotch. Frank in a crotch lift. Over on 8, looked like we got Tate Woodruff out of Hempstead taking on Roman Numkina out of Bettendorf. Numkina.
Bettendorf, Woodruff, Hempstead. Now wrestling on mat 8 at 215. Now wrestling on mat number 1 at heavyweight. Noah Parsons, Pella.
Looks like over here on mat 3, Southeast Polk's got a 2-0 lead here, start of the second period. Holden Hansen over Michael Greider at Ankeny Centennial. Then down here on 5, Griffin Schultz. Still scoreless here, down on 5, over Vincenzo Lima. MVC rivals here, so we wanted to see how that one turns out.
Over on 3, Holden Hansen to Southeast Polk with the 2-0 lead in the second period. And he's riding tough on top. Down here in front of us on 6, Caden Wetherell of Waverly Shell Rock battling Nick Darling, the junior out of Johnston. 2 juniors down on mat 6 getting after it. And over on 5, Griffin Schultz, the senior, 31-3. He's going against Vincenzo Lima, the senior out of Iowa City Liberty.
Over on 2 here, moving to another heavyweight match here. We got Zach Conlon out of Butte Hempstead. He's taking on Arm Amaret out of Fort Madison.
And on mat 3, Holden Hansen with the pinfall for Southeast Polk. He moves on to the semifinals and gives his team an extra 2 points with the pinfall.
We have another session starting at 6 p.m. tonight where we have the same rounds. Second round.
Tate Woodruff with the big pin down on mat 8. He pushes his ticket to the blood round tomorrow. Getting them excited.
Over on 5, it's Lima. Lima in on a shot. And he's going to finish. So Vincenzo Lima takes a 3-0 lead midway through the second period over Griffin Schultz.
I know it's weird pressure to put on Zach Conlon here for Hempstead, but they are 8 for 9 right now to have guys still alive here going into tomorrow. So
no pressure, kid.
No pressure, just to come in and make sure that he can make sure that he's wrestling tomorrow too. He'll be taking on Corey Arnett out of Fort Madison. They met down at the Fort Madison tournament here this past December. Curious to see how this one plays out. Right now, team score, Southeast Polk up 102.5 to the lead. Bettendorf right behind them with 99 points. Meanwhile, on third place, 77.5 is Ankeny Centennial with Fort Dodge behind them in fourth place.
62 points for Fort Dodge. Fifth place, Indianola, the Indians, 60.5 points. Bondurant for our Blue Jays with 57.5 points, sitting in sixth place. Pretty good job for a team that was 2A just a few years ago. Carlisle
in
seventh place with 57 points. And Lynn Marr rounds out the top 8 in Class 3A with 53 even.
So over here, it looks like ninth place, 52 points, Waukee Northwest. In 10th place, Waverly Shell Rock and 52. Man.
So it looks like Bettendorf and Southeast Polk.
They're deciding they're going to race it out. And they got some guys, I mean.
2-horse race here at the end of day 2, it appears. Anything can happen still, but with Centennial being down almost 25 points.
We got our first closed mat here on mat 3.
We're winding down here.
Should just move that in the hole onto mat 3. That's just me.
Another good session of wrestling, Worm. Feeling good about where we're at. Think we're going to sign off here for Class 3A, and we'll see you guys back in about an hour and 20 minutes for 1A action.
Finishing up here, looks like Valley West Des Moines, right as we're saying that, gets the takedown over Ryan Frank or Andrew Frank in period 3.
Right at the end of the match.
Right at the end. So we are signing off. I'm Worm. This is Jimmy. We got our one. We're out.